wire. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve Stores and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Old School with DP and J.
As long as it's taken for him to build up that program to be pretty successful by their standards and look, pretty successful by Big Ten West standards, you have to take that into accountability. You can't be an impulsive, in-the-moment type of decision maker, because how you handle Pat Fitzgerald could stymie you from hiring, because those coaches talk.
On 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
July marks 8 years of the Body Shop being open for business and serving Lincoln the best massage options in the area. Dennis and his team would like to thank all customers who have stopped in and let them relieve the pains and stress in their lives. Your continued business allows them to do what they are passionate about. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop, your go-to for all types of massages at 48th and A.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through July 19th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 convenient locations worldwide and equipment for every workout, you can get in, energized, and get going. Whether you're a newbie or a gym pro, you belong in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, July 19th. See Home Club for details.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or July. Try their needs on any bagel or breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Great Plains Trail Network. For locations in Lincoln and Seward, Bagels and Joe.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and our Independence Day sale is underway with some great savings. Get 0.9% interest rates and a trade-in bonus on select new models. You heard right, 0.9% interest rates going on at Coppell. In addition, we didn't want to leave out our pre-owned inventory, so right now on all pre-owned cars, get $1,000 for bringing us your trade, and that's right, get $1,000 off any car you trade in. So stop on in the store or at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Pass the sticks to the Nebraska Esports squad as they take you on a journey through the wonderful world of video games. Right here on Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticket.com.
Hello. Welcome back this week. I am one of your co-hosts. I am Z. I'm the Nebraska Esports Club president as well as the League of Legends game manager. I'm here with my fellow co-hosts here.
I'm Lexi. I'm a social media manager.
And then I'm Sam. I'm the production manager.
And we're also joined by Rico.
Hi, I'm back.
Yeah, Rico is back.
I was in Vegas
Yes.
last weekend.
It looked like a lot of fun. We saw all the pictures on Twitter.
I was just letting everybody live vicariously through me.
Did you go to the Sphere?
Appreciated.
I walked close to the Sphere.
Did you see the hamster?
I did not. I wasn't there for that. I also missed when it turned into an eyeball. which would have been terrifying.
Yeah, well, that's going to cause a lot of accidents. People are saying is because people are going to get distracted driving, and people are saying it's going to like up their accidents in Vegas. So
More
that's
than
gonna
likely,
be-
there's a road that just goes straight to the sphere. So like you're on that road and you're looking
staring
forward,
straight
and
at it.
it's the sphere. Like there's the lights, but there's the sphere, and it's just gonna be
The
like
sphere.
whatever they decide to put on it. But it's
So-
also gonna be cool because you can go inside of it, and they're gonna have concerts and stuff.
Oh,
That
you
is
can go
cool.
inside of it.
Yeah,
Why
they're gonna
did I
have
not know
concerts
this?
and sporting events in there. And what's cool about the concerts, at least, is that if you're outside, you'll be able to watch the concert on the sphere.
That's actually really cool.
Granted, you'd have to be kind of far away because if you're close up, I feel like you're not going
You're
to
gonna
be
see,
able
like,
to see it
one
very well.
person's foot.
Yeah,
Pixel, you're like, wow.
You're like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
All right. Well, it's been kind of quiet in esports this week. We do have some fun things to talk about. I have some news on T1 once again, and we have some things to talk about for Overwatch, I think.
Yeah, just a little bit, not that much.
And then
but-
I have a news story that I was just reading about Apex and some new tactic that is coming out. So, do we know where we want to start yet?
Just start us off with League.
Okay. Well, last week I talked a little bit about how one of the biggest names in esports, Faker, is out on a wrist injury. And they said 2 weeks was going to be his recovery time, but now his coach, who also just quit, has not given a comment on how long it's going to take him anymore. They're not sure, which they need to give him his recovery time, or else we're going to have an issue like we had with another player previously, and they just didn't let him. And so then he had to literally retire because he was such in bad shape that there's no way to recover from his injuries, which is kind of ridiculous to think about for esports, but also, your wrists, your hands, like they get so injured. Like, I guess they get so much use that you're like really wearing down those joints, so it just isn't good for you, and that can be detrimental to like the rest of your life. Because imagine how many things you do with your hands. Like, you're going to be picking up things, writing things, cooking, cleaning, typing, all sorts of things, and like if you can't do that without a mild amount of pain, it's going to be difficult. So we don't know when he's coming back yet, which is kind of a big issue. They haven't announced their replacement roster for the time being, and if they don't do well this next coming Worlds, they're going to be replacing a lot of their roster.
When is the next Worlds?
It usually happens in the fall.
Okay, so they got some time, but not a lot, especially if they want to build up that team synergy. They really are going to need to and maybe they're already working on that and we just don't know, but
And the last mid laner that we saw replace Faker, he did not do well, and he's been getting a lot of criticism for that, which is kind of rough. A lot of people are trying to put it nicely, saying he's very green to the community, he's very green to like the stage and everything, but that's just code for he's too young, he's not used to this, and he's not good. So it's really frustrating to see that, because I know it's really scary, especially as a younger player, to step in those shoes, step into that shadow of Faker, because he's like the face of League. So that's just kind of intimidating, but I hope that everything gets figured out. T1 is personally one of my favorite teams, even if they are a South Korean team. I just love how they market themselves and like the general personality of their team. So I really hope everything gets worked out and figured out, but it doesn't look like it so far.
only time will tell, and that's just what it is in the industry. Like, they're gonna have to come up with an answer soon because their fans are gonna be waiting and anticipating. And if they announce it like the week before Worlds, it's gonna be like, what?
Yeah, like we've been waiting for so long. Where have you been?
Unless this is his way of retiring.
That's what we were
That
saying.
way
we
people
did talk about
that way
this.
people don't think that he's just leaving. That way it's like, oh, I gotta save my arm,
Well,
and then they
he's
can't be
even-
upset with him for leaving.
He's even stopped streaming, which is something he did every single day for hours. Like, it was something that he was super dedicated to. He like would engage a lot with his fans and everything. So it was just the fact that he stopped streaming even was very obviously like it's pretty serious, which is concerning.
Yeah.
We did talk a little bit about how if he retires, where he would go, because I don't think he's ever going to step fully away from League. I don't think that's a choice at this point. He's such a big part of it. So either like coaching, going into streaming, because streaming after you retire is a very big thing for a lot of esports players who've retired.
Because you already have that fan base. You already have the people that have already been watching you for years. So, like, of course, they're not going to stop now.
Yep. So interesting to see where that goes. Their head coach has quit, so we don't know what's going to happen with all that. The main interpreter for Korean teams has said that his statement on Baker and all of his stuff has been very neutral, his wording and everything, because there's a lot of different ways to say things in Korean, especially different languages in general. But the way he said things was very neutral, so she tried to do as much of an accurate translation as possible. I think she just straight up translated it word by word. So we don't know the full feeling about this. We don't know what the coaches feel about this. We just know that it's happening, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what everything
I would
unfolds.
say, I would say if Faker doesn't come back, then I'm probably gonna guess that he's gonna become their coach.
That would not surprise me.
Yeah.
Especially with his head coach leaving.
That was going to be my question. Is there any chance that he just steps into the head coaching role?
I think he might. I think that'd be really a really big thing for their marketing, especially because Faker in general has always been a legend.
Mhm.
I mean, most people, if you've played or if you pay attention to any type of esports, you kind of know who Faker is. He's just
he really, I think, made it more mainstream for esports to become a thing, at least in my opinion. Like, he was like the first esports player that I could recognize by name when I first was getting into esports, at
Mhm.
least. But
he's just one of the first esports players that you kind of see pop up everywhere once you start getting into it, which is kind of crazy. But I mean, it'd be really good for T1 to have him as a coach, especially because he's always stayed with T1. He's never left them since his rookie year. He's always been on T1's team. He's never signed with anyone else. He always holds to sign, so he never signs right away. He holds to sign to show all the other people theorize that he holds to sign so that he can show all the other opportunities that he's getting from other teams so that he can bargain for a higher pay, which is fair. I mean, if you're in that high of a demand, it's totally fair that you start demanding a higher pay because especially you're known as this really big influential player in the scene. You're gonna want to cash out on that. I totally understand that. So he's been loyal to T1 since day one, and so him becoming the coach for T1 kind of would extend that legacy.
what if he just starts his own company and
That would be
his own team?
crazy.
Mhm.
He's been holding out for all this money to start his own.
He's definitely has enough money to do it for sure. I've seen people do it in Dota with even just one win off of TI, which TI, to be fair, is millions of dollars worth of anything. So
What's
plus
TI?
he has all
the international.
Okay.
The international
He's this
is
rapper from the 2010s.
That's what I was thinking, and I was like, does Ti just pay for?
No, he's just handing out cash. You know?
He's like, hey, congratulations, here you go.
No,
you
here's
gotta
$18
live your life,
million
you know?
dollars.
Ah.
No, it's TI is the international, which is a Dota 2 championship, which usually happens overseas. The first few years it happened in Seattle. Then they started moving it around because it's the international to make it kind of more their theme. But this year they're bringing it back to Seattle. They don't have tickets available yet.
So are you gonna go?
I'm considering going because I have family up in Seattle, so I could just go.
You don't even need a hotel.
Exactly. So I really want to go. This is on my bucket list.
Mhm.
So, but
When is it happening?
It happens in the fall. So everything happens in the fall.
Just fall.
Worlds and TI tend to overlap, which is a big issue for me because I love both.
Where's Worlds?
Worlds everywhere. So they changed the location for every single stage of the Worlds. So last year it went from the East Coast down and back to California.
Oh.
So they're probably gonna change it.
So because I think it started somewhere closer to New Jersey, went to Georgia, in Atlanta or whatever, and then went over to California.
So now we'll go West Coast down.
They might go the other way, but they've also
start in
held...
Seattle.
That would be funny. I could go to both.
Work way down. Play in the HyperX Gaming Center in Las Vegas at some point.
That
and
they might honestly. I wouldn't be
They
surprised.
put it in the Sphere.
The Sphere.
They should. They'll broadcast it on the Sphere.
On the Sphere.
They broadcast
Yeah.
Playing inside the Sphere. It'd go crazy.
You just see League on the side of the Sphere.
People would watch.
I would go to Vegas to watch. Shoot. That sounds fun. But they also had Worlds I think overseas a few times. But the international is one of the highest paying events in esports history. I think their highest prize pool was 4 years ago, and it was 40 something million.
I thought they went up to 56.
Oh my God. Maybe they did.
I remember seeing 56.
I remember seeing 48 or something. But they've had to go down since COVID. Well, actually, the highest number was during COVID.
They went
but
up.
they've had to come back down. Which is sad. But it's still
crazy
it's
amount of
still $11 million prize pool, which is an insane amount of money. So it's kind of crazy to win that. But a lot of TI winners have started their own teams, which is why there's so many teams in Dota. But to see if they'll let Faker add another team, because I think a lot of those teams are franchised.
Maybe he buys.
He buys a company.
He buys.
Oh, he buys.
He buys
That
the
would
guard.
be wild. Wait.
He saves the guard.
That would be a crazy storyline. But I don't think that'll.
I just want my gladiators safe, man.
Okay, you email Faker.
All right, I get on that.
He's
I'll
just
get on
been
that.
waiting this whole time.
Yeah, you gotta propose the idea to.
Now we're talking. I
Yeah,
will have to
yeah.
learn Korean, which might take a little while.
I'm sure he understands enough English.
He does.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Also, all of his streams
Hire
are translated, so I'm sure
Oh.
he's a translator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just send him an email. It's fine.
Okay, gotcha.
I think
You just
also.
Google. It's gonna be wrong probably,
Yeah. I think also he.
I don't know if that's worse.
but I don't know what I'm
I don't
saying
know.
to you, but I apologize.
And this might come off of offensive. I don't know what
Right.
he's telling you. But also, I think his Twitch chat says Korean and English only. So I think he can speak a decent amount of English. A lot of Korean players have been working on it just because a lot of them transfer and are like, what are
And
they
also
called?
just international.
Yeah, they're
fans, too.
international. Like,
Yeah.
but a lot of American teams have Korean transfers, and
Mhm.
like that's just a normal thing because
Koreans are better than Americans.
Koreans are
at
better than
video games.
Americans.
It's true.
I think it's like the culture and the work ethic towards video games is that America is not as popular to spend hours and hours and hours on video games, but in Korea it's like you have PC bangs
Yeah.
everywhere. Everyone's spending hours of time playing
Which
video games.
looks so cool.
I know.
I want one so bad.
But also, like, so when I was in Vegas, I went to the HyperX Gaming Center, right? And like, really, it's just you go in there, you could pay, I think it was like $20 to play for an hour, and there's also drinks and food and everything. And I thought about it, and I seriously considered doing it, but I just didn't. Like, I haven't really played on PC all that much, and that's all they had there. So I was like, I don't know. I don't want to pay $20 just to kind of walk around for a little bit and then leave because I don't think I'm gonna
Yeah.
play. But it did seem really, there was a decent amount of people in there, but it is, I'm pretty sure there's an entrance not through the casino, but I'm guessing it's the main entrance. You have to walk through the casino at I think it's the Luxor is where it's at. So some of the younger kids maybe their parents are like, I should walk to a
Yeah.
casino.
Well, plus in Korea, they have a lot more of them,
Mhm.
so it's a lot cheaper to
It
go.
is.
And plus, I know some of them probably have like membership cards where you can probably buy it for like a year and then come in a limited times. And I know some of them in Japan even have like rooms you can rent out,
Mhm.
like so you can sleep in there if you want to, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, like how cool would that be? Just like on O Street, like you
Well,
could just go.
Some people have hypothesized already, and I know 2 girls who are like thinking about possibly doing that and also doing a bar with it so they can serve alcohol, but
Mhm.
they're just talking to sponsors and stuff right now. So we'll see how far that can get. Hopefully it gets in. But
I don't have any money, but I want to help.
yeah,
I will help, but I cannot contribute financially.
Word of mouth. I'll get it out there.
Mhm.
Oh,
I got radio shows. I can talk about it.
I mean, we're talking about it now.
And then
so.
also with our esports arena,
So-
I know that they have hypothesized about having UNL students being able to do something like a meal plan with it, so that they can come in hypothetical. This is all hypothetical, so it's not completely in the works. We don't even know if this is going to happen.
Entirely finalized the idea.
Yes,
yet.
but it's like they could come in, scan their end card, they could play for like an hour or something, and they're like meal swipes. So maybe you could have unlimited meal swipes, or you could have like 50 meal swipes per semester or something.
Mhm.
You could just come in.
We've
and
also been
do
talking
it.
about how club members get discounts.
Mhm.
So a good thing to be a club member.
I'll buy a card.
Quick, enroll in school, become a
Yeah.
club member. That way, it's cheaper.
Yeah,
But I'm
not
sure
going
that
back
they
to
would
school.
open it. To the, I'm sure they might
No.
open it up to the public too. To maybe.
Well, we do
if
plan
you're-
on
yeah.
opening it up to the public
Yeah.
at the same time, not just for UNL students. I think we talked with Amon a little bit about it, and that's or like Coach Green. My bad. We talked to Coach Green about it and how he wants it to really become like a PC bang, which are things that a lot of younger generation would be super interested in. We've already seen like the success in XP leagues and how many students and kids are going to there just to have like that team building exercise instead of having to do a sport like football or like soccer or basketball or baseball. You would go play video games, and it's still like the same team bonding experience, that learning that communication, which is very important, especially with childhood.
Mhm.
And you still like to play video games, so it's a
Perfect.
best of both worlds.
And plus, like new consoles and PCs can get really expensive, especially if you're keeping up with it. Like every 4 to 5 years that they release a new one, just depends on.
Mhm.
So if we can get all the new consoles and have them completely stay updated and on top of it, then it might be cheaper for them in the long run. Especially if you know that, like, oh, I only want to play this one game that's exclusively on PlayStation, but I don't want to buy a $500 PlayStation for it. It's just nice, yeah.
Yes, I agree. And it's just nice to have that accessibility because, again, we've talked with Coach Green about how a lot of like lower income kids don't get to grow up with a PC. They only ever have consoles because they're just easier to have and cheaper in the long run than PCs. So giving that access to those kids with just having a PC. He talked about one of his students back up in Lakeland had never played on a PC, and he was a senior in college.
Mm-hmm.
And when he finally was able to, he thrived. He loved it. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
I was
was
just
you had
saying,
your hand
yeah,
up.
yeah. Like I started only using PC this year, and that's because David has a PC, and I'm almost done building mine. Hopefully, just need to figure out some mechanics for it. But...
Haven't you been building it for like
yeah,
9
okay.
months?
Well, I can't figure out
It's like
how
a
to connect my
baby, okay?
fans. This is the first time I'm ever building a PC by myself.
The gestation
I'm
period of a PC
I'm terrified
is
to
9
build my own
months.
PC.
Everything else works, but my fans don't spin. I don't know why. I don't know if I have them plugged in incorrectly in the motherboard or if like
Just spin them
something-
manually.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just
Let
gotta
me
time
just do
your
that.
playing.
You have to you put your dog on a treadmill.
Yeah, just let me
Just
do
buy
that.
a
We go to
bigger
Vegas,
fan.
get the hamster out of the sphere.
You just buy a bigger fan and you put like a straw on it, and then you put it, and then it's on your fan. So when that one's spinning, it's spinning your
The
fan.
other one's
so
okay.
yeah.
I'll just hook it to the ceiling so that like my fan above
Yeah,
can
exactly.
Just do that. Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
Fans helping
Absolutely.
fans.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We are here for the support.
I've only played World of Warcraft on a PC. I've never really
Really?
played anything else.
You should play Final Fantasy 14.
I need a PC first.
Well,
I know Amon said
we
he
were
was.
just talking
I know
about
Amon
that.
said he was going to get me one on the podcast, but
Oh.
I don't know if he forgot. But also, I don't want to ask him because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be like, hey, remember when you said you were going to do it? So I'm just gonna let it go.
let it
If it
happen.
happens, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not, I'll just wait a couple years and I'll buy it myself.
That's
always
like me with the lottery right now.
Exactly. If it happens, it happens.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
whatever.
that's like $900 million. And I'm
my
like,
God.
oh, if
Man.
I got $900 million, I wouldn't be upset.
Man,
But the slimmest chance in the world of it's yeah.
I would buy so many Hot Pockets.
Hot Pocket.
Hot Pockets are good. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't grow up with them. I didn't have one until I was in high school.
Really?
They changed my life.
Hot Pockets are superior.
It changed.
And then there's
changed
breakfast
my
Hot
life.
Pockets. So you can just
Wait,
always
really?
be eating
Yeah.
Hot Pockets.
Breakfast. You didn't know about the. She doesn't know
No.
about the breakfast Hot Pockets, y'all. She doesn't know about the breakfast Hot Pockets.
I love the meatball.
It's
and,
like sausage.
That was
bacon.
really good. That's
Meatball.
surprisingly, I think that's like number 2 after just the OG, the
original one?
pepperoni.
Oh, the pepperoni.
The you can't beat the pepperoni one.
I
But it's
don't
like the
know.
pepperoni and then the meatball. It's just every once in a while you get that perfect bite
Mhm.
where it's all the crust, sauce, and then just like a solid
Perfect
meatball.
ratio.
If
Just
I
one
ever have a
meatball.
hot pocket, I'm too impatient to let it cool down, so I just dig in and let
Yep.
my mouth burn.
You
It's
just
feel
burn
like this
and
is
that
fine.
first bite.
You just deal with it.
You're just
It's
like,
worth it.
Yes, yep.
It is
Mhm.
worth it.
do you do the Hot Pocket like the little pizza rolls where you bite off a corner and like let the steam come out at all?
No,
No,
I just
bite off the
I
top
just
and then
squeeze
I-
them so that way they break at the
Really?
seam where the
No,
seam
I
already
just pop
is.
the whole thing in my mouth and suffer.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I just
Oh.
bite it.
What I've done with the pizza rolls now, and because I've matured,
Mhm.
I bite it in half, suffer for half of a pizza roll, and then I just let that
Do you wanna know
little
what's
half
even
cool
better?
down a little bit.
So I like pizza and ranch, classic Midwest thing.
Mhm.
What I do is I take a bite of the hot pocket, I leave it open, and I put some ranch inside of it, so it also cools down the center a little bit. Then you can just
Oh.
bite into it, and you're good to go.
Oh, that's actually genius.
And then you don't have to worry about like trying to dip your hot pocket in some
it's- you
ranch
got,
or
like, the
sauce or whatever.
and
perfect
it's like
ratio.
falling out, and
Look at
like
that.
that's what I always had issues with dipping my like hot pockets.
That's-
Like, it just falls
That's
out.
big brain activity
That is
right
so
there.
smart, man. Here, come here for your life hacks.
Exactly. Video games and life hacks.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. With your food.
Exactly. It's important.
I mean, college students especially, we're eating a lot of hot pockets and a lot of pizza pockets.
Dude, let me tell you, I can make that like those like 50-cent ramen things into some fancy meal.
Me too.
Yes.
Like
It's fun.
Like a
I'm
soft boiled
getting
egg
good at
with
it.
some pork.
Right.
I love soft
With
boiled
some,
eggs.
green onions.
Yes, it doesn't take
Never
that
had a
much.
soft-boiled egg.
I'm gonna have to make you ramen.
You just have to like cook
Please
the
do.
egg.
I look. Love watching anime, and you just got like you see ramen and anime all the time, and I just sit there and I go, man, that looks delicious.
They have ramen places in Lincoln that you can get
They
really
do.
good
I know.
ramen
I just
from.
haven't gone.
It's
to
also kind
any
of well,
them
depending on
yet.
where you go, it kind of can get pretty pricey, but a lot of them are pretty good.
There's one at the mall that
Yeah?
it's like right next to the
Blue? Is that Blue?
Qdoba. I don't know what it is.
Blue sushi.
They have ramen.
Oh.
No, they don't.
Do they not? Some of them have ramen.
I don't think Blue Sushi does.
There's another sushi place in downtown that has ramen.
And there's
Hero?
Haven't
Itsumo.
gone- No.
There's Itsumo, and then the one behind Blue Sushi. I'm not thinking of Blue Sushi. I'm thinking about Whale, the blue.
Blue
Gray
Whale.
Whale.
Gray Whale.
Gray Whale.
There we go.
They have.
Gray Whale has ramen.
Yeah, and there's another one behind.
And then that's a oh shoot,
always
what is the
forget.
name? It starts with a K, T or K.
It does. It starts with the K. I
It's
think.
right behind Blue Sushi. I know exactly where it is. I've been there.
We're moving downtown like next month, so I'll probably hit up a
yeah,
ramen
that's
place.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So remember, after next month, hopefully late middle
Mhm.
of next month, station moves downtown. So that's where you will go for your show.
Nice.
In case anybody.
And where is that downtown?
11th, the corner of 11th and O.
Okay, thanks.
Or the old LES building.
What's the parking looking like?
Oh,
There's
the
a
whole-
there
I've been
for
to
you
that.
guys should be fine. You could just park on the street because
Let's
it's a
go.
Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's true.
But
until game season.
yeah, then you're gonna have trouble. And I'm not sure.
That's fine. I think I'm just paying for a season parking pass. Like an
I think-
additional season
Yeah.
parking
Oh,
pass.
so we are all we are.
Oh, so I'm picking
Carpooling.
everyone up
Carpooling.
now?
Yeah,
Carpooling.
we'll just drive to your apartment and then you can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just go park
I
on
won't-
I mean, I'm fine
campus.
with that.
Go park
I
on
won't make
campus.
you
Rent a
drive out
scooter.
to- I won't make you
Drive out to Waverly.
I promise.
Just make a 30-minute drive in
Yeah,
the morning.
easy, you know. That's whatever.
Well,
Wiping your eyes.
It's like, guys, I can't do this.
Guys, it's
Like,
so early.
So early. It is 11 o'clock. That's so early.
Honestly,
Hey, when you work nights, yeah, 11 o'clock.
Well,
is really
Yeah.
early.
the last message I got from Sam was at like 1, so
Jeez.
or like 12:17 or something
I was up till 1 playing NCAA
Huh?
football 14.
on
Two.
Discord.
Playing Final Fantasy 14.
I need to
Nice.
get back on that. I fell asleep
When
early.
was the last time?
You texted us in the group chat saying that you'd
Oh,
be here,
yeah.
and it was
That's
like
when I was-
12:17.
That's when I was getting off.
She's like, yeah, I'm leaving now.
And you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I guess that's it.
Well,
should have gone to sleep early.
I had TikTok up on top of the Discord
No.
conversation. So I asked the question, didn't see the replies because TikTok was up.
Wait,
and
so
I
you,
just kept
you,
playing.
you used to talk on your browser?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because okay, so
kind of
it originally
monster
stemmed.
are
It
you?
originally stemmed from Overwatch 1 queue times because it'd be like 14 minutes just waiting. And
mean, there's still
custom
20
games are
minutes.
fun, but they're not fun when you play them for like 30 hours a week.
That's true. Why not
So-
play Minecraft and Overwatch? What do you mean? That's like the best game mode ever.
I mean, Tinder Watch is pretty fun too.
Yeah.
But no, I just throw up TikTok on the side and then I just watch TikTok.
Fair enough.
Surprisingly, same account, but my phone TikTok and the browser TikTok have 2 different For You pages.
Interesting.
Didn't know that could happen, but it did.
You've liked
Apparently it can
different
break.
videos on your browser than your.
I don't even
know.
like videos, period. I just kind of lurk.
You
I
just
just
watch?
watch. hmm
I like food videos. So a lot of.
Oh my
Because I'm
gosh.
trying to.
I
I'm trying to
love
become a better cook.
videos.
Only problem is
Oh.
don't have time to
Yeah.
cook.
No, that's understandable.
You could just like meal prep.
I thought about that. I tried that for like a week, and I didn't like it. So
It's a lot of effort
It's
one
it's
night.
just like
Yeah.
I think it's like the planning aspect is just not
Yeah.
easy.
and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat the same food all week.
Well, I also don't
Oh, I
know.
hate
Like,
that
am I gonna
too.
want that food in 4 days? Like, am
You
I gonna
don't.
be feeling it?
You
and
don't.
then when it's
You
time,
get
I'm
really
like,
sick of it.
I mean, you can always freeze it and just save it for a
That's
different time.
well, that's what another one of my friends does. Is that they'll make their food and then they just freeze half of it and then they'll make like another meal and then freeze the other half of it and then they'll eat them like.
That's a lot more
interchangeably.
work.
I mean, they'll
If
only
you're already
do it
meal
whenever they're
prepping.
hungry. So
Yeah.
like, so they'll do one meal and then they'll like eat it and then they'll get sick of it. So they'll make another thing and then they'll freeze the rest of it. Like they just switch it out
Makes sense.
because then it's like you don't have to do everything in one night. You can just
Or I could just drive to Chick-fil-A.
that's what I'm. Except
See,
for
But will that
tomorrow, you
cost you
can't
more
go
money
tomorrow.
overall?
It will,
Mhm.
but
It tastes
it's
better.
delicious,
I'm trying
and
to.
I don't have to make
I
it.
was like, I'm trying to cut down on my grocery or like my eating out budget. So I've just been like making my own food a lot more often and watching a ton of food videos.
Mhm.
I get really stuck on like TikTok and Instagram with all of the food influencers and stuff because it's just like it looks so easy. And then
Yep.
I try it, and I'm like, why is it 2 hours later and I have nothing done?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like I have a smoker, and I'm just like, yes, I'm gonna smoke all that. And I watch these people cook, and they're just like, it's gonna be like an hour, and you throw it on the smoker for an hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever. And I wait the 2 hours, and I go, and I'm like, this is still not cooked. So then I have to wait another hour, and then I'm starving, and I hate everything.
You're cranky,
Yep.
yeah, hangry.
Very
That's
angry.
what we call it. It's hangry.
Not a fan.
So
Not fun.
Not a
no.
fan at all.
I'll have to send you some recipes then that are pretty easy.
Please do, because I need help. But also, don't know if my kids will eat it. So
Oh, that's
Oh,
always the
yeah.
rough part too.
chicken nuggets and French fries.
Yep.
It's always a good go-to.
Yep. I
Just
do that.
toss
Hot
them in the air
dogs.
fryer. Oh yeah, big hot
Oh.
dogs. Big hot dog
Mhm.
fans.
I always did
Lots
the-
of ketchup.
I always did the mac and cheese and hot dogs.
My brother puts ketchup on everything, like potato
What?
chips,
So does
Oh,
my
wait.
daughter dips her chips in
hot
ketchup.
dog. I I want to say he put like carrots in ketchup when he was
I knew
younger.
a guy who did that.
Yeah, kids are weird.
No, that was a full grown man.
Oh, yeah, kids are weird.
Yeah.
Okay, do you think it's weird to dip carrots in peanut butter?
I can see it.
Carrots is a little bit of a stretch, but not bad
I
because you
think-
can do celery
I
and
was like,
other
I think I see
things. So like
veggies
I
and
could
peanut
see
butter a
where you're
lot
getting
more.
the gap.
Now, if you were saying you like spread peanut butter on lettuce and then
That
make
would
like,
have been
like a
issue.
sandwich,
I think if you said jelly, that's the issue. Like
That's
if you're
true.
with carrot and jelly, that's a little. That's a little.
Okay.
That's a little
does the
odd.
sugar and the healthiness from the carrot cancel out there
Right.
in that instance?
Right.
Like you're just like, yeah, I guess.
Well, I used to eat it a lot when I was a kid.
No, I think carrots and
My
peanut butter
family
makes
made fun
sense
of
to me.
me
Like
for it.
That seems like a normal
the
person thing.
taste profile, it makes sense to me. This is like
It's not too weird.
Seems like a normal person.
it's
thing to
okay.
me.
It's not the worst thing I've heard for sure.
Okay, good.
I used to work
It's
at a
okay.
bagel shop. We heard all sorts of weird things.
My
What's the
daughter,
weirdest-
we-
What's the weirdest food you guys have eaten before? Like the weirdest combination. I have mine right off the bat because I know it's weird.
Close.
Whoa.
I didn't have to hit the button.
I
She
know,
almost
I
said
know.
it. I didn't have to hit the
Whoa.
button.
I caught myself,
She didn't finish
I
it.
caught myself. Don't worry.
Well, the one that
That was a
everybody
weird cough.
everybody calls me weird when I do it is I like a sunny side up egg and I have rice and then I put ketchup on it and
That's
then
not
you
weird.
just
That's
break it
not
up. And
weird.
people call me weird for that.
That's like a normal thing.
That's what I thought.
That's what.
Yeah, that's what a lot
I
of
guess
people in
that's
Japan do.
I was like, a lot of people in Japan and China do that.
Yeah.
There we go. Those are my people.
Yeah.
Not really, but
It's okay. It's okay. I'm Chinese, but I was raised by white people, so I'm very white.
Z, what's your weirdest food combination?
Weirdest food combination that I like eat like constantly.
Or just like one that you've enjoyed in the past that
enjoyed in the past.
or
Ooh.
that you eat now, whatever you feel like is worse.
This is not like a food
Sure,
combination,
worse.
but this is like a really weird thing that I used to do when I worked at Bagels and Joe for like 2.5, 3-ish years. And what I would do is I would make a croissant sandwich with like bacon and cheese, and then I would grill it on the panini grill.
Okay,
And like people apparently thought that was really weird because I would just flatten my croissant.
it's not weird.
But that was like I don't know. I eat a lot of weird things. I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
Mhm, that's the hard part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Putting on the spot.
Sam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
How
last
do-
because mine's.
How do I
It's good.
know if it's weird? Is the thing because
You
like, to
don't.
me,
Like
it
we
could be
just said.
completely
Yeah,
normal.
you
Like we just
don't.
said,
I don't even know.
people have told me mine was weird. Apparently it's not.
No. Well,
She's just flattening her croissants.
I'm
It's
literally
not that
just
weird.
I'm like undoing all of the work of the croissant.
Well, shouldn't have worked so hard to pluff it up.
True.
I have no idea.
Really? Okay.
I'm
excited for yours.
I'm
You
really
should be.
excited to
I'm
hear.
pretty constant. I mean, like I think the weirdest thing that I have eaten was calamari, and I was not a
Oh,
fan.
Okay.
But that's like
But
a normal cultural
That's a
thing.
normal food, so it's not like it's a funky thing. I don't get too adventurous.
It's fine. Okay, so mine was a lot when I was younger. I haven't done this now recently. I used to eat a sandwich that had peanut butter and bologna on it.
You're reminding me of my friend who would go to Subway and get a
weird.
tuna sandwich with
That's
cheese
weird.
and toast it.
That's pretty weird.
I'm trying
It's
to imagine
not.
the flavor,
I don't want to.
and it's,
I don't want to.
Salty.
let's go
meat
get
with,
one of
like,
the peanut butter crackers from out there.
Like
real fast.
I like bologna and I like peanut butter sandwiches. Don't think I'd put them
I thought
together.
of I thought
was
of a weirder
good
one.
from what I could remember. It was just like very starchy, is what it was.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, that makes
also,
sense.
apparently it's a very common Midwestern thing. My mom does this. She'll eat peanut butter and butter sandwiches.
Yes, I do that.
It's a very okay. Yeah, that to me is weird.
That's
That's
weird.
weird.
Oh,
to
okay.
me.
I do that.
Well, you're weird.
That's fair.
So-
The other thing that I know I'm probably gonna get hate for is that sometimes I'll eat my chicken strips with steak sauce.
That's not weird.
That's not weird.
Some people
That's just bougie.
Eli hates it. Well, I get like the cheap steak sauce.
What do you-
Well, I mean, it's just whatever sauce you prefer.
Yeah, but like Eli's like, why are you eating steak sauce with your chicken?
I feel like if you're eating like chicken strips dipped in chocolate, I feel like that's
That's weird.
That's a little weird.
That's
yeah,
weird.
That's
yeah.
a little weird.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's like my other thing that apparently is weird
Hmm.
is that I just eat my chicken strips with steak sauce.
It's a little weird, but it's not terribly. My wife used to eat Cheetos and chocolate milk. She didn't dip them, but it's just a weird combination.
I guess it's like salty, like savory and sweet.
So at least you're not like, as long as you're not like holding it in your mouth and then taking a sip of chocolate.
I don't think she did. This is when she was younger. I don't. She's never done it.
It's
I've
like-
never seen her do
You're
it.
like letting it marinate in the chocolate.
Yeah, cheesy chocolate milk.
Have you ever dipped Oreos in orange juice before?
Orange juice.
No.
My parents made sure that like we tried everything as a kid.
I feel like that's unnecessary. That's
Well,
unnecessary.
Not like everything, but like that we were very experimental with our foods. That like we always tried things that we didn't like
Mhm.
more than once, and that like they forced us to try different foods.
Okay.
And so like I guess I just got very experimental when I was a kid.
You're
You're like, this
why
sounds
not?
great.
You're like, this is a liquid. We dunk it
I
in
like
another
orange
liquid.
juice. I like orange juice and I like Oreos. Why wouldn't they go together?
Was it good?
No.
Yeah.
One of my friends did barbecue sauce and ice cream,
That's.
and they said it was
No.
bad.
Did they just not realize it wasn't chocolate syrup?
Well, no, they just wanted to try an experiment. So they're
That's
like, I love ice cream
too
and I
far.
love barbecue sauce. Let's try it together.
Too far.
And then they said, no, it's
There
not.
are limits.
There are
and that is
lines.
you have passed it.
There
You
are
have jumped
boundaries.
across it.
You should not
Okay,
cross them.
but like there are some good weird food combinations out
That
there.
is true.
Yeah.
I like watching some of those like people trying them, and I'm like, oh, maybe I will
Oh,
try
like
that.
the snickle, the
I have-
Snickers pickle.
I was like, I have no clue what you're talking.
Don't they hollow out the pickle and then they put the Snickers in it?
Yeah, something like
what?
that.
Or there's
Yeah.
a chamoy
Apparently,
pickle.
like it sounds vile, but apparently it's pretty good.
No, I can already tell you that's not gonna be good. No.
I love
Chocolate
pickles.
and pickles. No.
I can't.
Just a chocolate covered pickle.
I can't. Well, chocolate filled pickle.
Yeah, there's that.
Like even like apples dipped in chocolate like don't taste good.
I can do
What?
apples and caramel.
Apples and yeah, caramel,
Caramel.
caramel.
It
Depends on how I'm feeling.
I don't-
officially it's
I don't say caramel.
but
I
I,
don't-
say
okay.
caramel,
Caramel.
I
because
don't-
we're Midwestern.
Yeah.
I don't say
But-
caramel because I live next to a town that's called Carmel, and everyone would make fun of you if you said caramel.
Carmel.
Carmel.
It's like Target.
Yes.
It's unnecessary.
Exactly. But that's just how they pronounce their town name.
They were just trying to be fancy. That's all it
So
was.
now I have it like engraved in my head that I say caramel.
Caramel.
Like
Caramel.
crayon or crayon.
Crayon.
Crown.
Crayon.
Some people say
Crayon.
crown.
Crayon.
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 There's unnecessary syllables. Crayon. Crayon.
Crayon.
But then there's people who say crown.
Yeah, those people are weird.
I've never met anybody. That...
Eli is weird. He says crown.
There you go.
What
There
a
you go.
lovely day on the esports.
I know, yeah. We're getting like really off track, but hey, it's fun conversation.
That's the
Talking
first
about
segment.
food.
Mhm.
Welcome in.
Yep. Welcome, welcome. Oh,
Do we have a question?
the notorious BIB, of course, says ramen is easy to make. You can boil water. You can do it, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I can make
And, like,
I can make
okay,
ramen,
well,
but
see,
like
here's-
the bougie ramen.
Well, okay. Here's what I do: is like I'll start boiling my egg ahead of time, and then since I'm lazy, I'll like wait like 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll put my noodles in there so that like my egg is still cooking along with my noodles, and I don't have to wait for it, and I can just I'll pour it. in
How
right
long
away.
do I boil it for a soft boiled egg?
I would say like
5
6
minutes.
Oh, I would say 6 to 7
5 to 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you stir it the entire time so that the yolk gets centered.
Okay. Okay.
I just stick it in there for like 6 to 7 minutes.
Just
See,
let it
I
go.
stir it so that the yolk gets centered, so I don't
Do I have to wait
like,
for the water
it
to
leak.
when the water starts boiling? Then I put the egg
Yeah.
in. I don't want to put the egg in and then start
No.
it boiling
No.
because it won't work.
And
And
make
then-
sure it doesn't crack when you drop it in.
That's
Yes,
also
yeah.
Or else you'll have leaky egg.
Oh no!
So you gotta like get a spoon to lower it into the water, so you're not just
Or if
like,
you're
Oh,
adventurous,
like a little baby.
or if you're adventurous, just stick your hands in there.
I just stick my hand in the water.
Yeah. Mhm.
Ooh,
I
we don't
mean-
have nerves in our fingers, do we?
No, I worked at a bagel shop. Do you think I like
Ah,
feel
touche.
anything anymore?
Touche.
I burnt my hands by coffee milk steamers, so I'm good.
Yup.
Oh
Also,
yeah, definitely
bagel
no.
trays.
None of that.
Yeah, no, it was not fun. But also, we have the notorious BAB saying that his niece likes a fried egg and ketchup sandwich, which I actually used to do. I used to make my toast and then put fried eggs with ketchup and then hot sauce also, and then a sandwich.
Honestly, if you put a fried egg on a burger, I'm buying it.
I know that's a
Oh,
thing.
that sounds so good
I'm
too.
buying it.
oh yeah.
Like wherever I go, if I'm looking at if it's somewhere I've never been and I see a burger with a fried egg on it, don't care about the rest of the menu. That's what I'm getting.
How is the food in Vegas? Because I know there's a lot of famous chef restaurants. And
Didn't go to any of those
Oh,
because
cool.
they're too expensive.
That's true.
What, you didn't want to go get the $50 cheeseburger from Gordon Ramsay's cheeseburger place?
No, I
down
did
there?
not. No, I did not. I wanted to go to all these places that were reviewed by Keith Lee on TikTok because he lives in Vegas,
Mm,
and found out that none of them are on the strip.
really?
Wow.
And I wasn't going to pay for an Uber ride to go 7 miles away.
No, that's
So
fair.
I just ate whatever was there,
Yeah.
which was a lot of fast food,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I mean,
I had this
gotta-
place called Johnny
gotta make
Rockets,
do.
which
That
was pretty good. It was a
sounds
pretty good.
familiar. I heard isn't it like an In-N-Out kind of?
I believe so.
Yeah.
There was like an In-N-Out pretty close,
That doesn't
but
surprise me.
I didn't want to get the Uber over there.
In
so
and
I
out
didn't.
is mid.
Mhm. The only
I
thing-
wouldn't know. I haven't had it.
The only thing good at In-N-Out is anything with animal style. Other than that, it's kind
Really?
It was
kind of iffy.
yeah. It's just it's just a
hot take.
cheeseburger.
Hot take.
Like I would say it's similar esque to the Runza cheeseburger, but I'd say Runza's cheeseburger is a little bit better.
Ooh.
I feel like those are fighting words for people that love
Probably.
In and Out.
Here, I'm from
Like-
California. And I also think that In-N-Out is mid.
Ooh.
Right. Like In-N-Out, I feel like it's a cool store. Like it's a legacy, but the cheeseburger was just kind of like, that's a cheeseburger.
It's like the thing that
Whataburger
you-
looks better.
Whataburger is better.
Also-
I've
Is it?
had Whataburger. That was
For people who don't know what mid means, it means meh. It means it's not
It's like
great.
medium.
It's just
It's
average.
average,
Yeah. So I know that sometimes that slang doesn't get through, but thought
Are you
I'd
calling
explain.
your listeners old?
No, I didn't even know what it meant for a while.
Wow.
I'm behind on
Z
slang.
sits there and is like, yeah, mid, totally.
I get it.
It took me a long time to figure it out. I'm gonna be honest.
What does it mean?
I'm Googling it real quick.
All right, you want to go to a break?
Yep, we're gonna head to a break. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
The sweet relief of air conditioning after a hot day in the summer sun. For only $2.88 a day, LES helps power life's special moments and your comfort. Learn more at les.com/value.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
The Ticket Water Cooler.
Typically, you kind of think of Nebraska as far as in-state recruiting as might not get the skill position players, but you can pepper in some offensive linemen and maybe a linebacker here and there. This class is led by its in-state skill position players now. I mean, you're thinking down the line, you could 3 or 4 years from now have Daniel Kalen lining up with Davon Holland, Isaiah McMorris, and now Carter Nelson. Those are all your skill positions.
Keeping the highly talented, highly ranked players that are in the state with you at the home state school is a step in the right direction.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Happy Hour.
It's really weird also to be like looking at you from these two seats. I've never been able to see your full body when we've done a show.
Do you like what you see?
I don't.
Mr. I'm working out now because I feel like I'm important.
That's not why I'm working out. I'm working out so I can feel better.
I need to start working out because when my daughter gets old enough and she wants to have a boyfriend, I need to be able to beat him up. That's the only thing. I'm not gonna like threaten anybody, but I just need. Oh, 100%.
Weekdays from 1 to 2.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
This is Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm actually mad that I use this for you guys and not for my show.
I love this one. This one's so good.
I honestly might take it.
It's actually one
Use
of
it
my
on
favorites,
both.
I'm gonna be
I can do that.
Yeah, I mean,
You
hey.
have the power.
Yeah, no, this is one of my favorite. My mom texted in to remind me that when I was a kid, that we used to have sardines in the house, like canned sardines, and I would ask, "Is it weird to have sardines for breakfast?" And I would eat sardines and saltines for breakfast, like half the time.
I'll answer that question. Yes.
No, I don't think it's weird. I mean, I know it's like very common. Like a lot of countries have like canned fish as being very common, so I'm not.
It's really weird to people.
There's this one. Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt. Yeah, for here, there's this one like couple on TikTok, and they have like a canned charcuterie board night where they just like try different canned fishes and stuff, and it's really cute.
That sounds terrible.
Well,
I
she's
think-
also a chef, so like she is a lot more experimental.
I also don't like fish.
Well, that's fair. I think the main
Oh.
reason on why I eat
The texture of fish throws me off.
That's my problem too.
I don't like how flaky it is.
I wanna go to like all these resorts on these islands, but I'm just like
I can't eat fish.
I like seafood.
I don't like fish, and I know that they have other food, but I just feel like the freshest and the best food that they're gonna have is the fish.
I mean,
and I don't.
I mean, lobster and crab isn't that
Yeah,
bad.
give me a crustacean.
Do you
We're
like?
set.
Do you like shellfish?
I don't know. I've had
But-
crawfish and I liked it.
You'll like shellfish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crawfishes are
Shrimp,
good.
lobster, crab.
Which I guess crawfish is like
Perfect.
the like bottom of the barrel in terms of like crustaceans.
They're still
but
pretty good. I won't
It was
lie.
I was down in Louisiana.
I was about to say it was
Oh.
like Cajun crawfish,
Mhm.
wasn't it?
My aunt's neighbor is a crawfish fisherman, so he just came back in this big old bag, and he's like, in his thick Louisiana accent that I'm not even going to try and replicate. He just said we're going to have a crawfish boil. And it's just right there in the yard. They had the fire going. They had the
Giant-
massive
the
pot,
giant
filled it
pot.
up with the hose, grabbed like massive amounts of seasoning and just dumped it in there, and then just put the lid, and they're like, in however long, it'll be ready.
There's a crawfish boil place down in downtown in the rail yard. It's called Bourbon Street. It's pretty good. Been there before. It's really good. It's like $40 for like 4 people, which isn't.
Do
too
they
bad.
just dump it out
That's
on the
really
table?
not that
Yep,
bad.
they
That's like
dump it on
$10
the
per
Perfect.
person.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
with the corn and the potatoes and everything?
That sounds so good. I've never had
It's really
crawfish.
good.
I know what it generally will supposed to taste like,
Mhm.
but I really wanted to. I went and
I imagine it's got to be pretty similar to lobster, right?
It's pretty similar to shrimp.
shrimp,
so
I would think,
say.
because it's like a prawn, isn't it?
Well, I think all of the shellfish are pretty.
Lobster's
similar.
harder than crab.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
lobster's a
then-
lot more firm than crab.
Hmm.
It's a lot more spongy and chewy in my opinion. I don't really like lobster.
I've never had lobster or crab.
Lobster's supposed to be bougie.
I love.
That's why. It's all the
Okay,
weird stuff
I am a
that's
seafood
bougie.
fanatic.
It's like
I love seafood.
It
I
really
just haven't had
is.
it yet.
bad alcohol is bougie alcohol.
You're not wrong.
Okay, I'm a seafood fanatic, and I love crab. Crab is one thing I will never give up. We went to San Francisco for like a vacation one time as a family, and I would always get this giant bucket of crab legs, like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, wherever we go. And these waitresses literally had to ask my parents. They were like, "Can this like 10-year-old little girl eat all this crab?" And they're like, "Yeah, just wait,
Just
like,
feed her.
just
It'll
wait."
be gone.
Yeah,
That's like
What if somebody told you that you couldn't eat crab anymore?
I think I would just die.
That's
Like
like,
I love seafood so much.
I'm gonna have to ask you where to go because I love seafood. I just never
Mhm.
know where to go because it's like very touchy, you know. But the same thing is like I used to love ribs as a kid, and I used to eat everything. I would eat everything off the bone. It would be clean. Like it looked like someone scrubbed
You
it.
always have that one food as a child where you will just devour
Yeah.
regardless of how much.
And so
is in
then
front
I
of
would
you.
get this order of ribs, and my friends, like my family, would be like, "Are you sure you can eat that?" I'm like, my parents would be like, "Just watch, like you'll be impressed." And so then they put me on like a competition versus one of my my cousins, and he was like this older, like bigger dude, and he was known for also just like cleaning his plate, and I finished before he did.
That's funny.
I was like, "This is my thing. I got this."
I still do love ribs like that.
I don't eat them as often
Which
anymore.
it's one of those things where it's like I don't want to eat around people when
it's-
I have ribs because it's messy and it's just I'm getting it all off the bone. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just
I always look so like with any meat though. I love eating everything off the bone. I don't like wasting. So when I went to go eat with my boyfriend's parents for the first time, and we had like ribs.
they set you up.
I tried really hard.
It was a plan from the
Well,
beginning.
I guess it was the first time I tried ribs.
I bet he
with them.
told him. He was like, "Watch this."
Well, he'd never seen me eat ribs either. So like,
Oh no.
and they gave me a fork and a knife, and I was like, "This is not how you eat ribs."
Fork and a knife.
They
Did
gave
you
me-
toss it behind your back?
No, I just like
In
I
a show of
tried-
dominance?
I tried really hard to eat politely, and then I was like, I can't do this.
Should like, what kind of peasants are you?
No. The first dinner I ever had with them was fish, but then like the next one was like ribs, and I was like, "Are you kidding? This is gonna be so bad." But yeah, that was just one of the foods that was just like you devour. And, like I want to try crab legs. I'm also terrified of like not knowing how to get them out.
Oh, I can help you.
But
I
I've
can
seen-
get it out. I can literally like get a perfect pull. It's wonderful.
Professional.
I literally used to go to. Do you know China Buffet?
No,
Yes.
I've never
Okay,
been there.
So it's just like a buffet that has like a bunch of different foods, and like crab legs is on their menu. My parents would take me there all the time, and mind you, my dad was cracking my crab legs because I was like in kindergarten. But
The kindergartner just downing crab legs.
No,
I don't think you're
literally.
supposed to eat. Well, I don't know.
I would have
If
paid
you're-
to be a server there just to watch them.
They would have been like, "Oh, the family's back. Watch this girl. Watch this little
Like
girl."
the new hires, they probably were like, "Oh my gosh, you have to watch this, right?"
They're like, they see you out. They're like, "Get the crab legs ready. Come on, let's go."
But and so now I've perfected cracking.
That's
crab legs. So
impressive.
if you ever, we can go to Bourbon Street. They have like
So
some
we
Just
gotta go
call
then.
you over to
Yeah.
crack my
Literally.
crab
Hey
legs.
Lexi, I'll pay for your meal. Just come and crack my crab legs.
I feel like you don't. I feel like you're gonna spend a lot of money on crab legs if you pay for a meal.
Probably.
It was
honestly.
like
She's just like, "Yeah, keep it coming."
It's a service.
She said she's paying.
At this point, it's a service, you know.
well, I mean, if you do one boil, like I said, it's $40. It was like around $40 for
We could
4
do a
people.
double date.
So, oh yeah, yeah.
Problem
Except
solved.
David
Yeah.
doesn't like seafood, so
The only
That's so
seafood
much
that Eli
fun.
likes is fish and crab.
Glad I was invited, guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
David is
Sorry.
it.
We could do it here with you guys too, honestly.
Just want to go. We'll go have.
Yeah, we
ribs.
can go get ribs.
Yeah.
Make sure we just like send a bunch of pictures to Z.
Yeah.
Just like
I would be pretty
ribs.
sad. I would be.
We'll pick up some rib takeout on the way, so if you don't miss out. There you
So what you reminded me when you said you eat all the meat off the bones. I had a friend in high school. Still do have a friend. We're still friends. I don't know why I said that. His mom also didn't like waste, but she didn't like it when she would take people out and they would waste. So if you went out with her and you had, I still get so grossed out by this, and you had traditional wings and you didn't eat all the meat or whatever off the bone, she would take it and clean it for you.
I do that with my family.
See, but she's doing this with like
Random people.
his friends
that's
or like
weird. I'm
her
sorry.
friends. Like she's just like, no, like give me that. And I'm just like I cleaned mine, but like we were there with another friend and he didn't, and she's like, give me that. I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, Mom, don't. And she just cleaned it, and I was like, that's disgusting.
So I've done.
I was like, I love you, but please.
Oh gosh, yeah, I can't imagine. I've done that with like my family and then like my boyfriend. That's about it because I'll just finish whatever. But like, I don't know if I could do that with my friends. I feel like it's a little too far.
Like I love you guys, but I'm not.
I was like,
doing
I really love you guys, but I'm not gonna clean up your waste for your food. I'm sorry.
I don't know where your mouth has been.
For real.
Yeah, a little scared.
You nasties.
But oh my gosh, I was like, I'm jealous thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do
See?
that. Ugh.
We should go to a break after that one.
Yeah,
I'll just
maybe.
tell that story and let that marinate with
Yeah,
everybody.
let's just let you guys think about that for a second.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Keep your planter. Upgrade your technology with a John Deere Performance Upgrade Kit from Landmark Implement. Choose from ExactEmerge, MaxEmerge 5, or MaxEmerge 5E electric drive row units. Take your planter to the next level. Improve yield potential and profitability without buying new. Get new technology, increased performance, and confidence from your planter that's already in your shed. Contact your local Landmark location to order your John Deere Performance Upgrade Kit and experience the Landmark difference.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for fireworks Fridays, souvenir Saturdays, Sunday family fun days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
July marks 8 years of the Body Shop being open for business and serving Lincoln the best massage options in the area. Dennis and his team would like to thank all customers who have stopped in and let them relieve the pains and stress in their lives. Your continued business allows them to do what they are passionate about. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop, your go-to for all types of massages at 48th and A.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Red Star in the double-doubles here. If you had to pass the baton down to the new guy and say, that's the new pipeline, what does that look like?
Conditioning for me ultimately is a game changer. I don't care how much you can bench, how much you can squat. If you can start a game and finish a game in the same condition in the extreme elements, you're going to have the ability to wear down your opponent. And that's what we took a lot of pride in. By the third and fourth quarter, they were dog tired. They knew it was coming at them again, the same it was in the first quarter.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and our Independence Day sale is underway with some great savings. Get 0.9% interest rates and a trade-in bonus on select new models. You heard right, 0.9% interest rates going on at Coppell. In addition, we didn't want to leave out our pre-owned inventory, so right now on all pre-owned cars, get $1,000 for bringing us your trade, and that's right, get $1,000 off any pre-owned car you trade in. So stop on in the store or at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
This is Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Again, really mad.
This one, it reminds like Yoshi
This one is
Island or
this one is
something.
great.
It reminds me very like Nintendo vibes. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Well, we got kind of sidetracked on food. We're gonna reintroduce ourselves, by the way, since we've just been talking about food for the past like hour. So hi, I'm Z. I'm the Nebraska Esports president as well as the League of Legends game manager.
I'm Lexi. I'm the social media manager.
And then I'm Sam, and I'm the production manager, and I coach Overwatch.
Yep, and we are also here with Rico.
I'm Rico. I'm just a guy that's here.
Okay, he helps
That's
produce,
it.
but he also gives us quite good insight.
Not really. I just talk. Sometimes I say words and they make sense.
Isn't
Most of the time they don't, but it's
isn't that
okay.
what we all do. Anyways, we're gonna get back to video games since we've again been talking about food, and we're all really hungry, so we need to get off that topic. I think Sam had something to talk about Overwatch, so we're gonna hand over the mic that way.
Okay. I think it was last week or middle of this week, something like that. One of the original from season 1 of Overwatch League players, Dante, he was either dropped or retired. I'm assuming he was dropped from his pro team, and he has since then enrolled in Maryville University and is now playing for their Overwatch team. And I think I was just going to bring that up because that's a little crazy that he's going from pro back down to college, and they're just like, that's fine.
They're like they're fine with it,
Right. He's been a pro for 5 years, and that's okay.
Yeah, there should really be some restrictions on that because he has a lot more experience than probably a lot of these players, which could.
I can't remember if he went. I think he went to Outlaws before they won the championship, but if you've been in that for so long, he's played 2 different roles in the game. At some point, you're going to have more knowledge than the 18-year-olds you're playing against, and that's not
fair,
I suppose.
Granted, this is like a very new scene in general. Esports is in the Greenhorns era, so we don't really have that many restrictions yet. And I think that needs to be kind of talked over and like thought through, especially with the situations that are happening now. Like this is something that we probably should have restrictions for. Like you can't go back to collegiate.
Like in NCAA, you can't play in the NFL and then when you retire from the NFL, go, okay, I'm going back to do my NCAA year because I still have 2 years left or whatever.
Yeah, or like back in the NBA when they allowed high school players to go and not go to college. It's not like you can play in the NBA for 5 years, realize, maybe I should have gone to college and go to college for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't work. And maybe it's just because they're like more physical sports, like those sports are than esports is, where they're like, when you go professional, you get bigger, stronger, faster, whereas for esports, but then again, it's more like a mental thing for some of them, where like he's gonna have more intimate knowledge of some of the things in those games than
Well,
an
he's also
18-year-old.
gonna have crazy connections.
Yeah.
Because he's been with the Pro League, and the Pro League is run by Blizzard, so he's gonna have connections to Blizzard, and so he'll get to find things out early. He plays all the time, so he'll know like, okay, so this is kind of what the new support's gonna look like far before anyone else does, because he might get an accidental leak in his Discord with people that work there.
Yeah.
And also, like, think about the intimidation of going against.
Oh yeah, no,
this
I'm terrified
person.
for it. I'm waiting for our team to have to do it, and it's like I don't.
Somebody that you've watched.
Yeah, like someone that I used to really enjoy, and I've watched his streams, and now I've got a game plan against him.
And
That's
now it's
not
like,
fun.
hey, he's coming for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing is like he probably thinks, oh, these are just college students, like whatever, I can outplay them. That's easy. Instead of like actually having to apply yourself as much. That's another scary
I'm kind of
thing.
hoping, no disrespect to my boy Dante, but I'm kind of hoping he just gets a run. Like I'm just hoping Maryville gets a run because I kind of hope that he has the idea that everyone else is pro on his team, because that's something that I struggle with when I'm playing the game normally. I expect everyone on my team to know the game and understand the game the way I do and play the game the way I do. And then I kind of hope that there's like a big dissonance there. And so
skill
they
gap
don't
can
do as well.
Yeah, skill gap can cause a lot of issues, especially in team-based games like Overwatch.
Well, he's playing tank now too, so if he's just running it down and doing his thing, expecting everyone else to do their thing, and they can't keep up, I mean, he's kind of out of luck. But
well, especially with these younger students, kids coming in that probably or might not have had any practice playing on a high school team. I'm assuming with Maryville, I know that they're a good esports college, that they probably are recruiting students, high school students across the country that have actually played in esports before, but you can't still expect that professional synergy and like understanding of the game and it's just going to be. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of language barrier, not like more like video game barriers, where like they're probably going to be overwhelmed because this guy has so much more knowledge than them,
Right.
and like you said, he's going to be expecting.
So
them
I
to
think
keep up.
either that happens,
Mhm.
or he gets them all to his level, and they're just a pro team in the.
Yeah, but
in
can
the
he do that
college
individually
team.
himself?
I think like if you bring enough knowledge and you
Mhm.
keep sharing that knowledge through scrims, everyone else will catch up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you'll quite have skill level of pros, but I think you'll be close enough because everyone on the high ranked, like the real good college teams are all top 500.
Mhm.
And
But then
they
does
all
he-
play with, actually most college players and contenders players are actually higher ranked than the pro players.
But does he also want to teach all of them
That is
everything that he
that
knows?
is a question. But
Yeah.
also, like, why wouldn't he want to? Because if he wants to win,
Mhm. But what if he just decided to step down and wasn't actually demoted, and he just wanted to chill out and
Maybe.
just still play and earn some money, but not really?
I was gonna say who makes the change? Does he change to any type
Right.
of wording that the coach at Maryville or that those players use, or are they going to make a change to whatever
Mhm.
he's used to?
Mhm.
So who takes that?
Who's gonna have to adapt?
Who's going to step down from their position of power because he's a pro, but this is if you're joining this team, this is going to be your coach. These are going to be your teammates. Do you adapt to them, or do they adapt to you?
I could see either way. Honestly, like I could see the younger kids being like, "Oh, since I want to go pro anyways, why
Right.
don't I just
That's
start to learn and adapt?"
kind of what I meant
more?"
earlier is
Yeah.
the kids will be not kids, but the students
Yeah.
will be more focused on him and what he's doing and
Mm-hmm.
want to do what he's doing because he's been a pro for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they might just become a pro team.
Does the
in
coach just
college.
let him take it?
I would imagine they probably are both coaching.
Mm.
I'm sure he doesn't have the coach title, but they're probably both coaching.
That just seems like illegal. It seems like it should be illegal. Like if
Well,
you
that's what
you
Jake
should hire
used to
him.
do in the league. Jake played for Outlaws. He was DPS, and then he was also a coach. He was an assistant coach and a player.
Mhm. That just feels like it should be illegal though. Like
Yeah.
it feels like if you're coaching, then you also shouldn't be playing. I don't know.
Yeah. Like if you're filling in for like a scrim or something, sure.
I don't think you can have a player coach in
But-
college.
Yeah.
A professional, yeah, that makes sense. That's I'm all for it. But in college, I don't know. That's just a little weird. Even if it's even at like esports, football, basketball,
Mhm.
like weird.
Yeah.
I know that we have for League of Legends, we have a coach, but we have to have him play because we don't have enough players. And he doesn't really coach mechanics or anything. He coaches draft, which is very different. But it's kind of weird because we're trying to find a replacement for him because we don't want him to be playing. That's not the whole point. Like we want him to be focused on coaching because that's a very different avenue. And so again, we're looking for league players. But I do agree with like you shouldn't have a coach who's playing, especially in a collegiate level, and especially if they're like pro. I feel like if you're gonna step down from the pro season and you're gonna go to a collegiate scene, you want to be in a coaching position instead of a playing
Right.
position. I can totally understand why you'd want to have a pro player as a coach. That's great. Whatever, do that. As
And
a player, I
there
think
is a
it's iffy.
chance that maybe he is a coach. The tweet about it was very vague.
Okay.
Because Maryville just said welcome, Dante.
I did see that actually.
And then he responded with excited to start the next chapter of my life. There was nothing saying that he was going to play. All the comments were assuming he was playing, but he didn't really respond to any of them. So there is the off chance that he's just going down to coach or something, which would make more sense in my mind.
Yeah, I think that's a lot more.
Because I feel like you would also get a certain level of like hate.
Yeah, you get
for-
quite a bit of backlash. I think.
for going down there, and especially if you go down there and thinking that you're just gonna, stomp on everyone.
Because I still feel like it's gonna be like if like one of our Husker or collegiate players went down to like a high school and competed.
Right. Mhm.
Like that's such a big skill gap there that I think it's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like I think there should be regulations to that and restrictions because that's not fair to anyone else. That's not okay. I feel like so. Hopefully, fingers crossed that he's just coaching and that there won't be that backlash. So we're gonna head to a break real quick and then we'll be right back with some more information.
You're listening to Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
When you were a kid, Clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make a new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lane.
Break with Sip and Jake.
Quick question. Where does the term dog pop? 'Cause I've never seen a pile of dogs in my life. I've never seen that. If we've ever seen just driving down the road, and there's like, well, there's 12 dogs on top of each other. So where does dog pile come from?
Well, that's a good question.
And that is a standard.
That's a good question.
If you say dog pile to anyone, they know it.
Yeah.
It's dog pile. Never seen a pile of dogs. Never in my life.
I want to know where that comes from.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning.
It's Christmas in July at Pillar Restaurant Group when you purchase a $100 gift card and receive a $15 bonus card. One gift card for all of our locations, including Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, the Butchery and Venue at Home, and all Lincoln Good Sense subs. Our Christmas in July gift card special is available at all Pillar Restaurant Group locations or online at prgnebraska.com. That's prgnebraska.com to get a $15 bonus card when you purchase a $100 gift card.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Summertime is in full swing, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. Deck City, your local deck experts.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Old School with DP and J.
As long as it's taken for him to build up that program to be pretty successful by their standards and look, pretty successful by Big Ten West standards, you have to take that into accountability. You can't be an impulsive, in-the-moment type of decision maker because how you handle Pat Fitzgerald could stymie you from hiring because those coaches talk.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Don't let biased algorithms or degree screens or exclusive professional networks or stereotypes. Don't let anything keep you from discovering the half of the workforce who are stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time to tear the paper ceiling and see the stars beyond it. Find out how you can make stars part of your talent strategy at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and our Independence Day sale is underway with some great savings. Get 0.9% interest rates and a trade-in bonus on select new models. You heard right, 0.9% interest rates going on at Coppell. In addition, we didn't want to leave out our pre-owned inventory, so right now on all pre-owned cars, get $1,000 for bringing us your trade, and that's get $1,000 off any pre-owned car you trade in. So stop on in the store or at couplecars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
And the double doubles here. If you had to pass the baton down to the new guy and say, that's the new pipeline, what does that look like?
Conditioning for me ultimately is a game changer. I don't care how much you can bench, how much you can squat. If you can start a game and finish a game in the same condition in the extreme elements, you're going to have the ability to wear down your opponent. And that's what we took a lot of pride in. By the third and fourth quarter, they were dog tired. They knew it was coming at them again, the same it was in the first quarter.
Pass the sticks to the Nebraska Esports Squad as they take you on a journey through the wonderful world of video games. Right here on Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello, welcome back, everyone. I'm Z. I'm the Nebraska Esports Club president and League of Legends game manager. I'm joined by my co-host here.
I'm Lexi. I'm the social media manager.
And then I'm Sam. I'm the production manager and Overwatch coach.
We also have Rico.
I'm Rico. I am the producer for the show.
He's making sure we sound okay.
Yep.
And don't go too
bleeping
long.
out Z if Z says a
I
bad
did it
word.
once. Also, I looked it up. That's not the worst thing I could have said online.
There are a lot worse things.
So, we're back. We've been kind of talking about video games. We took this break to talk about Pokemon and the legal and like moral implications of Pokemon.
I don't understand. And look, I know that the people listening here have played Pokemon. All right, don't try to kid yourself. Everybody listening has played Pokemon. Don't even try that.
Or at least you know what a Pokemon is.
402-464-5685, Honda of Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. Join in on the conversation when we're talking about Pokemon because, and I know many people have asked this question, but like, I don't know what they eat. What do the humans eat in the Pokemon world? Like, it's just, do they eat the Pokemon? Do they, they're supposed to be pets? Like, what? I'm confused.
It would solve a lot of like world hunger stuff because some of those Pokemon are big.
They're massive.
But then, like, you can't eat like an onyx. It's a rock.
What about the inside?
Mm-hmm.
What is it in
Does
the
it have a
inside?
Does it have a heart?
That is a good question.
There's got to be some flesh in there somewhere.
Right. Like it's not. I don't think
am-
Pokemon are magical, like except for the magical Pokemon.
Except for the magical ones.
I,
But the ones made out of magma, like I don't. How do you
Oh.
get through the magma to the
Okay.
flesh?
I've looked it up. It is widely accepted to consume foods that contain Pokemon byproducts such as milk, eggs, and dried
they're
slowpoke
Pokemon
tails.
Dried slowpoke tails. That makes sense.
I think it's because they're like
So you're
they grow
taking a
them back.
You're taking a what's the Chansey's eggs?
Yeah, it's like
What
they
if it's
take
an-
Chansey's eggs.
What if it's execute? What if you just didn't realize there was a face?
Well, I mean, I'm sure it'd be a similar thing to like chickens, to where like, is it fertile? Is it not? Then you would go from there.
Oh,
you
okay,
know?
this article literally says, let's not kid ourselves. Humans definitely eat Pokemon.
Yeah, come on. Like,
there's no way. There's no way they don't.
But they also have normal vegetables because, what is it? I forget his name. Shoot.
Brock.
Brock?
No. Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd can carry leeks.
That is
That's true.
So they have vegetables. They could just be vegetarian. But
No,
but
not
no,
everybody
But they
does.
also have like
But no.
regular birds in the game, and I'm like pretty sure that they have normal animals in the game as well.
Let's look it up.
Like,
So like
I
a
don't
nor-
know.
How weird would it be to have just a normal dog and then your neighbor has a Growlithe? Like you're like my dog can fetch, and he's like my dog can blow fire.
Well, here's the thing. Would it be rarer to have a normal dog? Like in Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Wouldn't be as
the Earth,
cool.
the Earth King. It's
He has a bear.
It's an
Rare-
anomaly
yeah.
because he has a regular bear.
Yeah.
They're like, what is it?
Is it like
A
a
platypus
bear?
Platypus bear?
No, it's just a bear.
It's just a bear. They're like,
Also, yes, there are real animals in Pokemon. So they've shown like fish and like cows
Okay.
and birds.
I guess you eat that.
So they do eat normal animals.
So there's cows, and then there's like
Militanks.
Pokemon
And
cows.
there's like
Then there's Miltank,
and then there's Miltank who stands on his hind legs and just like
and then there's Taurus.
Wait, so like
Oh,
back of
true.
like the barneyard?
yeah.
Cow?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
They look identical like that.
They really do.
They do. They look like exactly like
That
Otis.
is a weird show.
That is a
I-
weird-
I
Yep.
miss Barnyard,
That was
but
a
also
fever
just for the
dream.
fever dream
Yeah,
of
it
Barnyard.
was, yeah.
That's something you put on at like 2 a.m. and you're like, what is happening?
That was definitely a Nick at Night show.
It's like the one thing I can remember is the rat that was rapping. I don't remember his name.
Oh,
Biggie
yeah.
Cheese?
Biggie Cheese.
Oh my gosh, I'm remembering.
Fantastic. That's like the one thing I remember. Or like the old couple that lived close and it's just like there's a cow outside. He goes, we live near a farm. Let's go, big cows outside.
Yeah.
That's what a cow for.
Also, another fever dream show, Courage the Cowardly
I was
Dog.
about to say Courage.
Not a fever dream. That was all real.
I loved that show.
I remember
It was terrifying, but I loved dude.
I couldn't sleep after watching that one.
That one was terrifying.
the only episode I remember is the candy competition where the fox is trying to get the secret ingredient to her candy, the grandma's candy,
Mhm.
and in the
Muriel.
end, yeah, Muriel's candy. I never watched it.
Don't
All that
disrespect
much.
Muriel.
I'm sorry. I loved
Was it
Muriel.
Eustace
and Muriel.
Muriel was my favorite character, so I love her. She inspired me to start cooking.
More macaroni.
But she ended up, the fox ended up getting like he trips into like the taffy machine,
Yes.
and then he was like, "I just want to know your secret ingredient." She's like, "Oh, it's vinegar." Like she was like totally like,
Yeah, she's
you can
like,
have it. I don't care."
"Yeah, whatever."
But I just remember like how terrifying it was to watch the fox get like
Taffied.
folded into
Yeah.
taffy.
Less cheese.
It was so scary. Oh,
90s like shows are just like 90s animated shows are insane compared
This
to
is
nowadays.
true.
Does
Like, they're-
anyone remember Mad?
Yes.
On Nick.
Mhm.
that was also a fever dream.
That was a weird show.
I didn't watch it that much, but I know
the Spies versus Spies.
Yeah,
That was actually a really fun show.
I enjoyed that one. Was good. That one was like SNL, but just slightly more
kids.
for kids.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Notorious B.I.B. says that Courage the Cowardly Dog was an awesome, and we're here to agree. I think.
Which was one of the best.
Now,
It was.
okay, because we had. Did you read the Mad magazines?
Okay,
Because I had them at my dentist's office, and so that's what I would read.
My neighbor had them, so I'd go over to her house and read them.
You remember Cow and Chicken?
I do remember Cow and Chicken. Wasn't there a whole entire like episode that was kind of spicy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't
No,
like almost
it was-
every episode, but
yeah, it was weird. I mean, the was it just the devil was just spicy in his own right. So they ate what?
The South Park.
Pig butts or something. I don't remember.
Where
What
he
it
was like there was one where like he
pork
was,
butts and taters. That's what they ate all the time.
there was one where he was like a phone operator for like a
No, that was
was that a different
That
one?
was Rocco's
oh,
Modern
you're right.
Life.
You're right. Yeah, no, he was like a spicy
A
phone
f-
operator.
yeah, a phone spicy operator.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was like a kids show.
Mhm.
Also,
There's
Cat
a
Dog.
lot of innuendos and kid shows.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
But
Especially
that
in
one was like
movies.
so
In-
blatant.
yeah, in like
That one was
90s
so
stuff,
blatant.
they just didn't care.
Angry
And then
Beavers.
As I got older, they were like, "Oh, we should probably tone it down." But then, like somehow, when they toned it down, the content like it got worse. Like
Mhm.
what they were referencing was so much worse than what it used to be. But they would like wiggle it really hard
Mhm.
so that way it didn't sound like
There
it.
you
But once you
go.
figure it out, you're like, "Oh
The
my
other
god!"
one I was thinking was Johnny Bravo, and that one has a lot of
Johnny
innuendos
Bravo.
too.
Did you know Johnny Bravo? There's like there's theories going around that he's like not even 18. He's like 16.
What?
So it's just like this. He's just or no, that he's 18 or something. Like before, you thought he was like a 20-something-year-old
Mhm.
man who's just like can't get a girl, but like no, he's like 18 and he's just like
And that's why
hitting puberty or not hitting puberty, but he's like trying to get out in the world or whatever, and that's why he lives with his mom and like all this stuff. But
Well, isn't there a theory that Johnny Bravo and Samurai Jack are in the same universe or something?
I think so. I know Powerpuff Girls and
Ah.
Samurai Jack because they say the professor is Samurai Jack.
Hmm.
And it's
They-
just like
they
a
do look
dystopian.
very
It's like a
similar.
dystopian future or whatever
Yeah.
because you can see in certain scenes there's like the billboards from Powerpuff Girls in Samurai Jack. They're just all torn
Aw.
apart, and they're like, "It's the white suit, and he just grew his hair out and put it in a ponytail."
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I did love Powerpuff Girls.
I don't know. Cartoon Network.
That's genius.
None of it was real, but it was all real.
It was real to me. It was real to me.
You do understand, Mom.
Oh my gosh, there's just a lot of shows that I wasn't allowed to watch as a kid. I think a lot of them.
Oh yeah, SpongeBob was off the list.
I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob.
Yep,
Oh, I watched it all the time.
SpongeBob was crude.
I couldn't watch.
You know, SpongeBob is the only animated show from the 90s that is still running.
Not surprised.
All the other ones have
Huh.
ended or been canceled.
I think that SpongeBob is just so off the wall that you can really do anything with it, and it'll just make sense.
Mhm.
I mean, it's already really out there, just
Mhm.
with the concept, but like, you don't run out of storylines with SpongeBob.
No, whatever happens, happens.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. So I mean, not surprised that it's still going. I had a 4th grade teacher who was obsessed with SpongeBob, and her whole entire room was like decorated in SpongeBob memorabilia, and that was a trip. She also gave us Rice Krispie treats every single night. So there's that. So
Total
good
Drama
memories.
Island.
Oh my gosh,
That was a good one.
I remember that one.
What'd you say?
Total Drama Island.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one.
Sorry,
is it?
I burped a little bit when you said it, and
Fine.
so my ears just didn't hear anything.
And just oh gosh, that he was a meme
Total
for a while,
Drama
wasn't
Island.
he? he came back as a meme, and everyone was using his like,
Yeah.
what was it? The campers? What were they called? Campers.
Campers,
He
yeah.
was like, welcome,
Alrighty,
campers.
campers.
Chris is his name, Chris, or
Yeah, I
something
think
else?
his name was Chris.
Yeah, just
In today's challenge.
just generic
Chris.
game show name.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, then that's actually so true.
It is.
That was actually a pretty good show. I think it was pretty funny. It was like reality TV for kids.
Yeah, some of the spin-offs were kind of not that good, but
Oh my gosh, wait, no, Notorious B.I.V. Just mentioned Ren and Stimpy, which I remember.
He says you're all way too young. Sir, I turned 30 this year. I am not too young, and I remember Ren and Stimpy.
I remember Ren and Stimpy because I grew up in it. I'm 14 years younger than my siblings, like 11 to 14 years apart-ish, roughly. So they all watched all of that stuff, and I had to watch it with them, and that's why I know a lot of this stuff.
Perfect.
So yes, I do remember Ren and Stimpy, but I don't.
One that-
Do you guys remember?
The dog?
No.
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 it sounds familiar, but I don't.
Yeah.
Like an image doesn't come up in my head.
I can't even explain it.
I
Like,
can
don't know how
picture
to-
the
Yeah.
animation. I can't explain it. There's no.
So there's one that I always mention that like nobody's ever heard of for whatever reason. Real Monsters.
Oh, let me look it up.
C
How do you spell it?
AHH and then Real Monsters.
Oh, okay, here we go.
It was a monster where he
I've
held his eyeballs.
Seen this? Okay.
What about the
That looks
like
fun.
Blues? Like there's like the House for Monsters, and there was
Foster's
a
Imaginary.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
like-
Oh yeah,
Yes.
the Foster's Imagine.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a whole entire
I would
theory that it
love
was
those.
like
House for Imaginary. Is that what it was?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
like it was like a
Mental asylum or something.
well, there's
Yeah.
a theory that basically she's the old lady and she made up herself as a teenager to help her with her chores because it's all imaginary.
Mhm.
So she just like
That's why she dresses the same.
made her own figment of her imagination of herself,
Yep.
which I thought was cute, kind of, you know. But
But
maybe
also
she's also
crazy.
maybe she's insane. But it's like crazy cat lady vibes. I'm okay with it.
Chowder.
Chowder was
Chowder.
Okay, you
Rada
talk about
rada.
you talk about innuendos. Chowder, full of them.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched Chowder since I became old enough to understand them, and so I wouldn't know.
You just go back and just look up like Chowder innuendos, and there's like
The
there's a
collab,
couple of
the
YouTube, and they just
collage.
throw them in there, and you're like, how did I like? I know I was a
How did
child,
this
but
fly?
oh my goodness!
like, how did this go over my head? There's a few things from like Toy Story, even I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yep.
I mean, well, they had to throw a lot of that in for parents so that parents wouldn't
Yeah.
be so bored.
They're
That's
like
true.
adults are gonna watch this, so
Yeah.
here you go.
Because you have to take your kids to the movie theater.
So then you're laughing, and your kid's just like, what's going on?
Yeah, I also
catch myself doing that
I
because they still do
really-
it in movies. So
Yeah.
like they'll throw it in there, and you're like, oh, and like my daughter's like, what? And I go, don't worry about it.
It's like the Spider-Man movie had quite a few. I thought it was funny and just like
Still haven't seen
The
it.
new ones. I
so
still haven't
good.
seen the new
You
ones.
need to go see it. No, please.
All right,
It's like
TikTok
the only thing I
soundboard.
know from the entire thing.
We need to add that to our soundboard.
For real. Put it in the Nebraska Esports one, so you can just
Yeah.
like join call
I
and
scared. I didn't realize that Discord added soundboard buttons, and so like I scared my friend one day, and she was like, "What?" Like I just randomly linked it. I can't remember what sound I did, but it was so funny.
The
and she got
second it
so
dropped, my
scared.
friends had some
Mhm.
crazy things.
We
planned.
added one. We added a few to the esports one where it's the an ally has been slain, which is from League, or like what was the other ones? It was
We need
really
to add some
funny.
Overwatch
Yes.
voice lines.
It's so much fun when like you get a triple kill and then you just hear ally has been slain 4 times and
And
it's
you're
just
like, wait a second. Well, no, it's like, it was,
Guys.
an ally has been slain.
and then
double
kill,
kill, triple kill,
quadra
quadra kill, and you're like, come on, guys.
There's 2 of them. How are you losing?
Yeah.
What
I
is
don't understand.
happening?
I had it like
I-
committed to memory, that noise.
I was playing a Cho'Gath game last night and I was popping off, and my team would just lose.
Cho'Gath is like nice because you can scale without doing anything.
Yeah, I like how he gets bigger. That's like
Yeah.
the fun part.
For those who don't know who Cho'Gath is, he's like this giant void monster who has like he looks like a T-Rex almost, but like a mutated T-Rex.
Okay.
And the more he can use his ult to basically stack things. So if he executes something with his ult, he gains extra health. And then he adds true damage to his ult, which true damage goes through shield, goes through resistances, whatever. You cannot block true damage.
Mhm.
So the more stacks that he gets, the stronger he gets, and also the bigger his model gets. So there's a point where you can get enough stacks on Cho'Gath where you're bigger than most of the map. And so you're
Wow.
just walking around and like your hitbox is ginormous, but it's just
Yeah.
funny to look at.
Well, you also have like what 15,000 HP or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Just
It is-
ridiculous.
it's just
when the
hilarious
average
to
is
look
like
at.
2.
If you don't know anything about League, just look up at like Cho'Gath, like big Cho'Gath, or like Cho'Gath with a ton of
Please
stacks.
spell that.
CHO''GATH. Cho'Gath.
Cho'Gath.
Mhm.
Got it.
But I'd like have like 4 people come run me down in lane because they were mad because I wasn't dying. and then I would literally die to the 4 people, and I look over and my whole team, all 4 are in mid and running away from one lady in mid, and I'm like, guys,
Come on.
I got everyone over here 1 HP. I'm fighting a whole war, and y'all are running from Annie, a little girl.
Cho'Gath. Oh yeah, Annie's like a tiny girl who
It's like
has
a 6-year-old girl.
She's like a genuine, like her lore is like she's a tiny girl who has a possessed teddy bear that comes to life and attacks you.
Oh,
She just throws it at you.
Yeah.
Cool.
And she like throws fireballs.
That reminds me of like people running away from a nanode battle Mercy.
You're like, are you kidding?
That's terrifying. I don't know what you're talking about. When that Mercy like figures out how to hit their shots, it is the most
And
terrifying
Guardian
thing.
Angel and then Nano. You're just,
Yeah.
you're just done.
Can we explain what Nano is?
So it's an ability that another healer has. Her name is Ana, and she has the ability to basically boost the damage of any player that she can on her team that she can shoot. And so a lot of the times, it's kind of become a TikTok meme. Mercy, it's another healer. Her ability is that she can like fly, and I think it's boost in healing, right? Too, that she also gets when she does her ability.
I don't think it boosts. I think it just connects to everyone.
Oh yes, that's right. That's
It
right.
buffs
yeah.
how many people she can connect
Yes,
to.
yeah. And so a lot of the times, if you have an Ana and a Mercy on your team, especially if they're friends, the Mercy will ask for like Ana to nano the Mercy, and so Mercy can switch between her staff and her gun. So like her staff can either do healing or do damage boost, and so if you have a battle Mercy, she's going to automatically click to her weapon, click Guardian Angel, and then the Ana's going to boost her, and you just have this like Mercy that has like 150 health or something.
She has 200 health with
200.
50% damage reduction
Mhm.
and 50% more damage that she deals.
So-
And Mercy's pistol already does a lot of damage.
Because
and
she-
in Mercy's
because she's
ult,
supposed
she
to be a
gets infinite ammo.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So
she never has to reload. So she just sits there and just holds mouse 1, and it's just a volley of bullets flying at you.
That seems terrifying.
You get hit
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you have 200 HP, and you get hit by 1, and you're down 60.
And also you can
And
fly
that's in the
anywhere.
body.
And Mercy
You get hit
just
in the
flies.
head, and it's just like
Mercy
80.
just flies around. And also, Ana has a rifle, and that's how she heals her teammates.
Mhm.
She shoots you with her
Yes.
rifle.
Yes, and she also has it. And also, if that Ana can throw a nade too, she's like a grenade, and her grenade can either do healing to her teammates or it can stop healing on other like opponents. So if you can throw that nade and also get that nano in for that Mercy, then it's just
You also can put people.
and
to
if that
sleep.
Mercy can actually hit people,
I think the most fun I've ever had is Boostio,
Hmm.
where you nano boost Lucio,
Mhm.
because that is terrifying to see that little gremlin running at you because he's already hard enough to hit.
That is true, yeah.
And then he just comes flying in out of the corner, and then he's just because you can one burst on the body, and it's just over. So you just run in and you just break dancing and
Lucio was the one support that I enjoyed playing.
Lucio likes to jump on walls, and he's like a DJ.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like his
super fun.
whole vibe. He also has like probably some of my favorite voice lines. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
At least he's like, I don't know. He's just fun.
He's just there to have fun and glide on walls and jump off walls
like-
and make it impossible
boop
for you to hit
everyone
him.
else off.
Exactly.
But unless
Samba.
you're playing Moira and you just stand there. Which I've done that to multiple Lucios where they just run around me and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Which
Mhm.
Moira she doesn't really have to target her ability. She just like sucks your life force and kills you
Yeah.
slowly. So if you are just in her range, you're gonna die.
She's like, hey, okay.
Yep, I'm just gonna stand here. And I think that heals her too, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
I
It
don't
also
really
helps if she's put out all of her healing, then
That's
it can recharge
true.
her healing.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So I don't know too much about Overwatch. I just started playing, so I'm pretty new. But I've started playing in the worst possible time.
Yeah.
I played Overwatch when it
I think
first
I,
came out.
I think 2022 is the worst possible time to be playing Overwatch because
I
that
didn't
was the
play a
end of
lot.
Overwatch 1.
I didn't play a lot in 2022.
Okay. That was the end of Overwatch 1. And basically, if you weren't really good at the game, even like if you were all in plat and you just played less than a plat average, it was just incredibly toxic. And everyone was always correcting everyone else because most of the people that had played were still playing, and it had been 6 years that they've been playing. And it was.
I mean, that's still kind of the
Yeah.
field today.
It-
You
it
get-
is
you
a
get
little
really
bit,
toxic Overwatch 1 players.
But every
that-
once in a while, you still get like the funny people
Mhm,
now. And that never happened. It was just all angry.
Every single time I've played with you guys, we've always like 5 stacked. But it seems like the enemy team has always seemed super chill anyways. So like
Usually that's
I mean,
kind
usually
of
we're
quick play.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
quick
that's
play is
also
nice. I don't think I'll ever go
5
into
stacking
ranked.
because 5 stacking cues you with other,
other
5
5 stacks.
stacks
And so like, people tend to have a better like
or tries
mood.
to.
Speaking of 5 stack, now Overwatch implemented the thing to where if you're playing with other people in comp, you have to have a 5 stack.
No, you can.
Oh, I thought it was you have to.
No, it's an additional game mode. So like how they have roll queue, open queue, and now they have team queue.
Oh.
So if you're in a 5-stack, regardless of what your ranks are, so in theory, I could play with all of us
Oh my lord.
in that ranked queue, and
That-
we'd all
so
get our
kind of
own
like-
rank. It'd be like it'd
like
be
flex?
a-
It'd
be like a team rank.
Do you get like separate ranks?
I don't know if it's open or if it's roll. I had to look into it. I think
Okay.
it's roll queue.
We should do
But
that. We should do that.
I
As
think
soon as I unlock
I think
ranked?
I think it's like
Oh,
open
yeah,
queue where
that's
you get a separate rank for it.
Okay.
It's like you have your 3 roles,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have your open queue rank, and I think you also have a team queue
So
rank.
League has something very similar called ranked flex. So you have your regular
Yeah.
solo duo rank, but then you also have ranked flex, which is a completely different thing. And that's usually what a lot of like teams will use to practice scrims. If you don't get a scrim for that night, they'll just play ranked flex, and you get put against other like 5 to 3 stacks, and then then there's like duos and trios together. We also have some messages from the Notorious BIB saying that Syphil and Ollie on MTV was also good. So I don't know.
I don't know.
I was like, I don't know.
I
those
didn't have
ones, I'm sorry.
MTV.
And then also, he used to love the celebrity death matches on MTV too, which I did watch like one or 2 of those.
Yeah, they canceled those. It was very sad, but they
That's
were
so
really fun.
tragic.
It was very claymation and claymation blood, fun stuff. And they, spoof celebrities and have them fight each other. So you'd have
okay.
like
So
Kim
it's just
Kardashian fighting
an episode of
Khloe
South Park?
Kardashian. Yeah, kind of.
Interesting.
But very bloody and just crazy.
Just overly
But
gory.
clay blood. So
Yeah,
it wasn't
okay.
anything crazy.
All right. Do we have to head to a break here?
We do.
All right. We'll be right back with some more.
You're listening to Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yes, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership, sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through July 19th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 convenient locations worldwide and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. Whether you're a newbie or a gym pro, you belong in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, July 19th. See Home Club for details.
This is Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Spark it up.
All right, welcome back. My name is Lexi. I'm the social media manager. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Sam. I'm the production manager and Overwatch game manager.
I'm Z. I'm the Nebraska Esports Club president.
Yeah.
I was gonna say manager, and I'm like, I can guess. I mean, whatever. And also the League of Legends game manager. And then we're also joined by our producer Rico.
Hello.
And it's just nice to have him. He's been keeping
I'm
up with
just
us.
I'm just making sure you guys get to breaks on time.
Yeah,
and
and-
just listen to you guys talk about stuff.
Yeah, you've been getting good insight and
Little
input
bit,
here
little
today.
bit.
So we were talking a little bit about Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember
Team
if that
Q.
was on the break or if it was during.
We talked about Team Q at the very end. I
Okay,
think.
we did talk about Team Q. We did because I was talking about ranked flex. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking about how that would help with scrims possibly. But Sam brought up an issue with it.
Oh, I have chocolate in my mouth.
Oh no. Well,
it just the rank. If you have one of the best people in the world, and then you have respectfully one of the worst people.
Why did you look at me? Why did you look at me?
You gotta look in my direction.
Because I was looking at Z, and then I realized I'm looking at Z for a while. So then I was like, I should probably move my eye contact because I'm not actually
Wow.
looking at Z. I'm
You're
just kind of
looking
looking in this direction. And
You
so
can
I
look-
looked over.
You can look at me when you say that.
Okay.
I haven't played in a while, so I'm probably right there.
Okay. But in theory, it should average you out into the middle. And if you're in the middle, you still have one of the best people in the world on your team.
Mm-hmm.
And so if the other team is all in the middle, like all 5 of them are in the middle, it kind of throws everything off and makes things kind of unfair.
I have a side comment about Sifl and Ollie. Apparently, they were sock puppets that would take calls from the public and then ridicule you.
Oh, word?
This sounds familiar.
So
That seems awesome.
That sounds kind of like the
I would
therapy
watch that.
frog.
I would watch this honestly. That sounds really entertaining. But back to Overwatch.
I moved the chocolate back.
Darn
Took
it,
it out of my
Sam.
cheek.
Every
You
time.
started talking. I thought it was going to go for a little longer.
Okay, well I can keep talking.
Okay, keep talking.
That was a big issue with ranked in League for ranked flex is that if you queue, because we did this a lot with my friends, is we would have a plat player and then the rest of us silver, and then even though we had just one plat player and it would give us around gold-ish because that's our average, it would still be too much of a difference, and we would just play around our plat player and then we just win. That's just how it works. So I think it's going to be really hard to balance that. It'll be interesting to see what they do, especially to fix it, because you're gonna have to hot fix it throughout the season. You're gonna have to deal with it. Oh, I have some League news. Sorry, I just thought about this. But League had changed for a while back that they're gonna do 2 parts of their season instead of having just one ranked season. So they're gonna have 2 different
Is
sessions.
that why I got an email?
They're getting 2 different splits. Yes.
Okay.
So the first split is actually ending now. Usually you have 6 more months to play ranked, but not anymore. So everyone is kind of freaking out and trying to grind out because usually people take it at a very slow pace or they'll try to grind up and then they'll wait a little bit. But now everyone's kind of rushing to Challenger right now, and so things are getting kind of hectic. And it's interesting to see, and also I understand the reason because if you have such a long season, it's gonna be really hard for people to rank up. So if you wipe everything halfway through and then get people that chance to rank up again, it kind of allows people to climb up to their true rank a little bit more often. Or if you've learned something in the last split, you can kind of apply that to your new split and see where you actually are placed instead of having to grind out hours and hours of games.
Well, you're also climbing. So it resets and then you start climbing again. So you're not just forever hovering
Yeah.
and going up and down, up and
So
down.
you
up and
feel
down,
like you're
up and
having
down.
progress.
So you actually feel like you're doing something.
And every time it's going to take your last placement and kind of put you around there and then move you up from there.
There's some other games that have done it like that, and then Overwatch kind of tried to do it, and everyone was
where it demoted
ticked.
everybody a
It-
whole entire rank.
It demoted
I
everyone
remember
by
that.
2 ranks, and
Wait,
everyone
really?
lost their because
I went from gold to bronze.
yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone lost
yeah.
their minds over it, and they were like, "Oh, guys, it was a bug. Ooh, not
Wait,
my
so
bad.
did you guys
We'll
get
fix it."
demoted in that split? Okay, so League doesn't do that. It's your placements. Usually you'll get demoted by a rank or half. You're not
It was
demoted by a
just when you signed in. I was actually really upset
That
about
is
it
so dumb.
because
I
it
was-
was the first time I hit
I know,
Masters.
you told me.
And then
You
I
just
stopped
wanted the little
playing
thing.
because I wanted my Masters Challenger title and the money, in-game money that came with it, I was like, okay, I'm done. So I didn't play the game for like a month, and then I came back and it had dropped me down, and I was like, how is this okay?
Yeah, that's dumb.
Because if I ended the season at this rank, I should get my rewards for that rank. It doesn't matter if it dropped me down for the next one. I don't care about that.
Yeah, because that's what League does. It drops you down for the next one just to make kind of like just in case, you know, want to make sure that you can be able to climb up to that rank again. But like dropping you in the middle of the split, or like not in the middle, but like at the very end of the split is kind of dumb. Like I think that's just not fair.
Well, I think my favorite part about it too was then the following season was the broken SR season. So everyone was climbing way faster and way higher than they should have. And then they didn't fix it. They didn't drop people back down. They kind of said they would, but then they didn't actually do anything. They were like, you won't really fall. You only really go up. And I was like, okay.
No, that really messed me up because I was like, okay, I placed like for Overwatch, my placement into Overwatch 2 was like gold 1, gold 2 was like around there. So I was good. I was like, okay, great, I can just grind to go up. And then I was just not having some good games, and so I got dropped down. And I was really pissed off. And then I couldn't get back up because I was playing with really bad players.
Yeah.
And so I just couldn't even like rank back up into it, which is why I stopped playing comp.
That technically is how my first account went. It was the first game I ever played on PC. So my first account I made, and I got placed in I think 1400, which is bronze, and 1500 is where it becomes silver. So I was 1400 in bronze on DPS because I didn't have the right settings at all. Like I was playing on 15 cents.
Okay.
I now play on 4.
Yeah.
Sense of sensitivity for those who don't know.
And
It's like you were playing on 15 cents. You just had a dime and a nickel. Like, what are
right.
you talking
That's
about?
all. That's all I had left. But I got stuck because you just can't get back out. And then I made a new account, and it was just like, yeah, no, you're a diamond on DPS. And I was like, okay, weird.
Yeah,
that's fine. And it's like I knew that. Like I felt like I played that way, but it's such a team-based game. You just can't get out of the hole.
Yeah. It's definitely hard to climb out of the pits of low elo.
I'll carry you guys. I'll hop on that other account, and we'll just we'll boost.
That'd be good.
Rank up together.
Woo!
It's definitely not against terms of service.
I wish I could find
Just
like
strike that from the record.
I don't know. It's hard to do that, especially in League, especially like solo duo. Like I know duos makes it a little bit easier, but even then, it's like you have 2 people out of your 5, and if the 3 other players just throw your game, you can't do anything about it. That is so much gold that is lost to the other team. There's no way you can economically make that up. It's just so hard. So it's just team games make it super difficult for you to climb alone. But I think it's more so those who do figure out how to climb alone, it's very like you're highly mechanical and you kind of understand the game at a different level. Usually ranks are separated by one specific mechanic that you haven't like learned how to do yet. And so once you learn that, you've unlocked it and you can move on.
Yeah, I just don't like playing alone.
That's fair.
It's boring and then also just infuriating.
No, that's true. I don't play League alone anymore. It got to the point where I was just like raging too often. I don't like raging, and then it happens now, and I feel really bad that I got used to it, and now it happens when I'm with friends, and it's just not a good habit to get into. So I'm trying to like break it. I played a few games with one of my friends because they were like, I really need a good ADC, and I don't want to like rely on a random. So I went and played, and we did okay, but you can't win if 3 lanes are losing. Like,
Zeri, best ADC. Zeri's so much fun.
I've been playing Zeri. She is so fun. Have you played her AP build yet?
I don't know. I just click recommended.
Okay, probably not then, because her AP build is not recommended. But it's really fun because your lightning does so much damage. For those who don't know Zeri is a character in League who has a lightning gun, basically. And she is supposed to be inspired by first-person shooters, where you have to click every single time that you're going to hit someone.
Lightning gun Winston?
Kind of.
Not quite.
When she ults, her lightning arcs to other people. So it like arcs through different units. And that's based on, I think, AP scaling, and so is her ult. So AP is magic damage, by the way. It's called attack power. Or no, it's not attack. It's ability power. Attack damage is physical damage. But ability power is magic damage, pretty much. So she's supposed to be built attack damage. She's supposed to be a physical damage carry. But people have been taking mage items on her and just one-shotting people, which is really funny to watch because you would just run in because you have a dash. So you dash over a wall, press your ult, and explode everyone in the radius. and if you miss someone,
the
you just keep
activation
autoing.
would one shot.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And then you keep autoing, and then your lightning also just
Wait,
shreds.
In Zeri's ult, does her auto is off cooldown?
Her auto,
Or do you still have to run and
When-
whatnot to charge it?
her auto, her auto's still going to be on like a pretty low cooldown, but it's still a cooldown.
That's her Q.
Her Q is her auto.
No, she has a right click.
Oh, her right click is different from considering an auto.
Well, it's
But no, it's
how
not.
you
That
auto
one-
everyone else. Is with
That
right
one's not
click.
on. That one's still on a cooldown. Basically, you still have to charge
Okay.
it.
Okay.
It just gets charged, I think, faster. I'm not the Zeri main. My friend is. They will probably correct me in text in like 5 minutes. But then you take Static Shiv, which also is based on magic
I have been
damage.
playing
So if you
Static
play
Shiv.
Static Shiv with Night Harvester, which Night Harvester, every time you hit a opponent, it gives you movement speed, and it also gives damage, obviously. So you're hitting everyone, and then you're just zooming at them. You're just like running them down, and you're just one tapping everyone, and it's just a really fun way to play the game. But also you can play Tank Zeri, and that's also terrifying. So she has a lot of versatile builds. She's also very mobile. Every single time you hit someone with your Q, which is like your auto attack, you kind of like shooting people with your Q, which is your Q button on your keyboard. You lowers your cooldown on your dash, so you can just dash forever.
Seems kind of broken.
Yeah.
She's really balanced though because
she's high skill.
she's really high skill. You have to position yourself really, really well. Or
She's
else
positioning, and then you actually have to aim, which I think
Mhm.
most league players
what?
don't do much.
especially if you're an
Oh.
ADC. ADC, you get to auto attack, and your auto
Yeah.
attacks don't miss.
I think if you
usually.
play like a lot of mages, then sure, you probably aim a little bit more.
Mhm.
But like it's just
She also has a
You don't
pretty
have to
short
aim in
range.
League?
no. You just click on the person, and your character will automatically shoot that
Okay, well,
person,
that's
and the
like
bullets will
Final
track,
Fantasy.
and you never have to
The
miss.
other thing though is that you have skill shots.
And then there's skill shots that
And so
you
those are
actually
like
have to aim.
abilities that you have to aim. There aren't point and click. There are point and click abilities that are really, really annoying. Annie, the girl with the teddy bear, has one, and she can stun you with a point and click. So you're just dead.
Who was I playing with the?
So that's annoying. But yeah,
Oh,
Zeri, she also
Shaco.
has pretty short range as well. So she can get outranged by a few ADCs, which makes it really difficult for her to lane.
Gotcha.
And she also scales. So like her early game, not the best. But late game, she's great. She just kills everyone.
So you
But
do have to be really skillful in the early
you have to
stages, yeah.
survive.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, you just kind of sit in your tower. It's
You
the
just-
same way I play Ziggbot.
You can
You just sit
you
there
can play
under tower
aggressive.
for a while, and then after a while you scale, and you're just like, okay, it's fun.
You can play aggressively early, but you have to play it really well with your support. You have
Gotcha.
to synergize really well. So we're gonna head to a break real quick. We'll be right back for our last segment, I believe.
You're listening to Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. And there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. but delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery, online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.06 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Sometimes playing with a healthy fear is good because it makes you go, 100 out. Because the more tentative you are, I always told kids, I said, listen, if you don't like this and you don't want to play, don't play. Because you're going to be worse off and get probably hurt more by being tentative in your play as opposed to playing all out.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Z. I'm the Nebraska Esports Club president as well as the League of Legends game manager.
I'm Lexi. I'm the social media manager.
Yeah, just take another
Sam.
bite of chocolate.
I'm the production manager and Overwatch game manager.
And we're also joined by Rico.
Every time with the chocolate.
The worst timing.
It's so good.
It is. Well, don't worry. We
This-
have that candy bowl up there
This is my breakfast.
all the time. So,
So
and there will be better candy up there probably the next time.
I was just excited for the crackers. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, but there's only cheese crackers left, and I don't really want
See-
the cheese with the cheese.
Yeah, see, I like having the saltine crackers with the cheese. That's my favorite.
Mm.
But I can't. Have cheese
I
on
prefer
cheese.
just like the regular cracker with peanut butter.
I can't do that. I don't know why. But
I'll eat all of it. I'm not even mad.
crackers and cheese, crackers and peanut butter, it's all the same, right? It all tastes good. But we have
This is not sardines.
hey now.
You're an all-star.
Listen. We do
Listen,
have
Linda.
some. Oh my gosh, the amount of times people have said that to me. My name is too close to it. Like my real name. My real name is Lindsay, so people are just like, listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda.
So I hear that all the time. But we do have some news left. We just wanted to wrap up the show on the Microsoft versus FTC case. We have some news on that. Sadly, Jaden isn't here to comment on it.
So
But
it's all free reign to me, which is wonderful.
All yours.
Oh mine. No, so the court decided that Microsoft decided in favor of Microsoft so that they can actually buy Activision. However, the court, the FTC tried to appeal it, and the court was like, no, like just don't even like, why are you doing this? Like, but then they're still trying to appeal it even now, I'm pretty sure. So that means basically Microsoft can buy Activision. Thank you. However, they still have to wait for other contracts with other companies like PlayStation to kind of wear out before they can even seal the deal. And they still haven't really written up what the terms of this contract is going to be. So it could be anything. I mean, they could be taking in more of Activision than we originally thought. They could make stuff exclusive that we had not thought about making exclusive. However, I would say it would be a loss to them if they were to make Call of Duty exclusive. That's going to be a big detriment to their funding if they're going to make it exclusive, which I don't think they have any plan to, because I'm pretty sure that's why they're winning this case right now.
it's because they don't think that they're going to do that.
Yeah.
I imagine Bobby Kodak's probably out of a job pretty soon. The CEO of Activision.
Well,
I would not be surprised if they follow it up with okay, we bought it, we're here, what can we do to help? And the crew and the staff just kind of
Everyone
goes,
just points.
I don't like him.
That guy, get him out.
And then he just gets cut.
Well, his
Security.
payout's going to be
His payout, you can't
ginormous.
bother him
Yeah.
what his payout's going to be. but I don't know. He was around for the original Activision debacle. He wasn't CEO at the time, but he was around, and he has made several comments about how it wasn't that bad, and
So, like, for
people
the-
need to just get over
for the
it,
betterment
which
and,
is kind of like
of the company.
guys.
Well,
I think it was that bad.
Well, the original Activision issue was what? For those who don't know.
Oh, there was just a lot of harassment.
Yeah. I just know like some people aren't
Yeah.
gonna be like knowledgeable about that. There's a lot of like specifically.
I didn't know how much we were allowed to talk about it on the air because some of it's
that's
pretty
fair.
messed up.
Mhm.
So
Well, not like details, but like general case. It's just like a lot of harassment.
You could just you don't go into too much detail,
That's
but
what
you
I'm
can say
saying.
like what, like was there sexual harassment?
Yeah, I was like, if there was like,
it was a lot of
just don't go
sexual
into, like,
harassment of all the
specifics.
female employees,
Mhm.
and then just the words that were always used to describe it was very frat boy, like hangout frat house kind
It
of
was
vibe
like,
where
oh,
people
it was
wouldn't
fine. It was
people
they
wouldn't
were
do
just
their job,
joking.
people wouldn't work, and then they would pass their work off to the people under them, and then they would just bully them while they're trying to do their work for you.
Yeah.
And it's like it's
like get my work done, nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why is my work not done? And they're like, because I've got my own work to do. And they're like, well, I'm in charge of you, so you're supposed to do my stuff first. And it's
Which is ridiculous.
and it got really bad. And then the CEO got fired because he had, I want to say like 4 or 5 allegations of SA on him. And then they had this guy come in, and then this guy was talking about how
Yeah,
it wasn't
he's
as bad as everyone was talking about.
And you're like, excuse me?
And it's
Mhm.
like,
Yeah, it seems like it was pretty bad.
We've got a lot of evidence that it was pretty awful.
I remember when who was it? There was like places where they were just like they refused to play anything Activision. Like it was just that bad to the point where people were just boycotting because there was nothing happening. I do remember that very vividly. Was that something happened? I don't remember where that happened.
I know some people still
was
are
like
probably boycotting to
at
this
the end
day,
of
yeah.
Overwatch 1, so like
Yeah.
2021, 2022.
It was like I very vaguely remember it, but I knew it was an issue for sure.
Mhm.
That's
But
why I didn't touch Overwatch.
I imagine with that attitude towards everything, he's probably not gonna stick around for much longer.
Yeah.
And Microsoft doesn't seem like the company that would
Want to take on
first
that.
off want to deal with that, and
'Cause that's a
second
lot
off
of PR.
yeah, and second off just they want to make it better, and I feel like he's probably not helping.
Mm-mm.
Don't seem like they would tolerate that very
Yeah,
well.
that's like that's
Right.
a really toxic workplace environment type attitude.
Right. And I think Microsoft is such a, and not to say Activision is a small company, but Microsoft is a much bigger company, and they've been around for a while, which means they know how to run a company, at
Mhm.
least in some aspects. And so I think they'll just kind of be like, yeah, you're kind of done, and then we'll actually get good games.
Yeah, I mean you gotta
So,
cut out whatever's holding
yeah.
you back and whatever's like making.
Oh, it was
the
also
environment
like
toxic.
very top down development. Like
Mm.
the developers would make stuff, and like the game directors would make stuff that they liked, and then the higher ups like Bobby would be like, nope, this isn't, no, we're not doing that. And then it's like they just spent hours and hours and hours working on this thing, and then you would just shut it down.
And he's like, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, that's not what we're
He's
going
like,
for.
yeah, that's cool that you're doing that, but stop.
I don't see the monetization in this, so we're not going to do it.
But like passion is really what got this game into the place it is now,
Right.
anyways. So, well, to end on that note, we'll probably discuss a lot more esports things next week. I think it's just Lexi and I for sure for now.
I won't be there.
Sam will not
I'll
be
be out of
here.
town. I might see if I can figure out the joining remotely, but
Jaden might be
Really,
here.
it's just we'll just send you an email link as long as your laptop has a camera and you have a
I've got to
microphone,
figure
whatever.
out internet.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Because
Yeah.
my computer doesn't have
That
a
might be
Wi-Fi
an issue.
card; it's just Ethernet, and the
Mm.
hotel doesn't have Ethernet. So
Mm.
I'm thinking about buying a Wi-Fi card just for this,
8
which kind of
seconds.
sucks.
All right, so we're probably gonna head out now. Join us next week, and we'll see you then. Bye.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Happy hour.
It's really weird also to be like looking at you from these two seats. I've never been able to see your full body when we've done a show.
Do you like what you see?
I don't. I don't.
Mr. I'm working out now because I feel like I'm important.
That's not why I'm working out. I'm working out so I can feel better.
I need to start working out because when my daughter gets old enough and she wants to have a boyfriend, I need to be able to beat him up. That's the only thing. I'm not gonna like threaten anybody, but I just need. No, 100%.
Weekdays from 1 to 2